10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pick a racer, folks. Pick a racer. We left you hanging with a dark screen.
We did.
But we're not dark.
Heck no. Look at us. Nothing dark about us tonight.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey.
Kitty.
What's up, pussy?
Well.
Kitty cat.
What a thing. What is the thing, folks, is the race. And what we've got so far is the 6 flies that we've tied already this season. And let us know if we're coming in loud and clear. Let us know. In the comments, we're going to have a little bit of a race here. So all 6 flies that we've tied this year have morphed.
They have.
Yeah.
Into some pretty cool looking weird
monsters.
Some of them, characters.
And yeah, the egg sucking leech is Godzilla. The poacher appears to be a transformer of some sort. So what you got to do is you got to say who you think is going to win the race. And we're going to do 3 races tonight. And if you choose right, you go on to the next round. And like we said last week, we're not checking to see who wins. We don't really care. This is just, again, it's the exercise to get your fingers warmed up to tie the flies, because folks, the Parmacheene Belle
you're gonna need it.
You're gonna
awesome.
ask me to bring you back to this scene because it will be the easiest part of the night.
It'd be a good challenge.
Right.
Good challenge.
Throw it out. Put
All
your
right.
answers in the comments. And once you've done that, make sure that you share this post on your Facebook page, because sharing is caring, right, Brenda?
Right, Debbie.
Debbie does Brenda.
I don't have any coats at home on my couch. Not 1 or 10.
Any what?
Oh, man.
Right, everybody, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
This is the Fly Tying Show. Like you can see, the flies that we've tied this year they're just chomping at the bit to see who will win.
Well, who do you got? You haven't told me who you got.
A 20-second race. Well, because remember last time I gave away the door?
You did. Are the doors named with flies?
Not this time. No. And so I didn't want people to be mistaken about my choice. But I'm going to go with Kate McLaren.
You picked mine. All right. I'm going with the midge. Look at that guy.
Oh, yeah. He's off of Alien.
He's ready
Predators.
to go. All right,
I chose Kate myself, and the couch guys have already thrown in their comments. We do have couch folks. And all right, well, if I can find the right mouse for the right screen, we're going to hit it up in 3, 2, 1, rock and roll.
Go. Let's go. Come on, Midgie.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Midgie.
Come on, Kate. Come on, Kate. Kate is great. Look at this. We've never had such a neck and neck.
We've got
some glitching.
I'm going.
The mole's going.
Come on, Midgie.
We got the mole going.
Mole.
Oh, no.
No,
He's
poster.
doing it.
No. Go, Midgie. Go. Yes. I did it.
I was so close.
No, you weren't.
Look at Kate.
Kate's way back there.
No, Kate's the
Look
marshmallow.
at me. I'm twerking at the finish line.
Kate
so
is
happy.
the marshmallow. And I was so close. So what we're going to do here is we're going to remove the winner from the next race.
That's hardly fair.
Yeah, your thoroughbred is gone.
Look at those legs.
All right, we're
All
down to 5, folks. The flies that we've tied this year is... Dave Jackson says the sucking leech looks like it's dry humping.
The midnight train. Right there.
All right,
I think I'm taking the Michelin Man this time. All right, Kate.
It's
you
too
and me.
good.
It's you and me, mister.
You're taking Kate again?
Well, no,
All right.
I'm taking her from you because you took away mine.
Well, the winner leaves. All right. Well, anyways, the poacher is doing a bit of.
He's playing on the.
Say more doggy style. If the sucking leech is
What's the
dry.
T-Rex doing? Doggy, what?
We did have a pre-drink to the show.
It's true.
But all right,
Whoops.
get your bets in, throw your bets down. I don't even care if you won or lost the last one. Just do it again.
Come
We're
on,
gonna
dry
do-
grind Kong. That's way too good.
Oh, I forgot to put a camera up for the couch, guys, but it's just us. So stay
All right.
puffed, stay
Come on,
puffed.
Katie.
All right, guys. In the count of 2, 1, 0, and game
Let's
on.
go.
Here we go.
All right, Katie.
Who did I pick?
Put those muscles to work. You
I don't
said
think I
poacher.
picked.
You said poacher, didn't you?
No, I said I picked the,
come on,
the
Katie.
leech.
Come on.
How are you winning
Two for
this
two.
again?
Come on, come on.
Oh, here
she's
comes
glitching.
San Juan.
Get out of there, San
Oh, come
Juan.
on, Wadi.
Come on. No, no, no. Yeah, 2 for 2, baby. 2 for 2. You just listen to what I have to say because I know what's up.
That's
Oh,
that's why I don't tell him.
now jazz hands.
Oh, the.
Wow, it's a lot of
All right,
fingers.
well, see you later, Kate.
See, okay. All right, who's left?
All right, folks,
I'll let
get
you
your
pick
bets
first.
in here. Warm up your fingers. Make sure you share this on your grandma's page because everybody who knits is also a good fly tire. So let's make it happen, folks. Get the people in here. Warm up those fingers. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. I'm going to go with... I'm just going to go with whoever you go with.
Okay, it's got to be that gorilla is just in it. I'm going with the egg sucking leech.
Oh, I'm going to take Grinder Kong.
Me and Dan both got that one, Mr. Alstrom. Yeah.
Shots for the winner. We'll take a drink.
Cheers.
Oh, do we have some unbelievable baking on tonight's show? Thanks,
you
to
guys. Wait, just wait.
Oh man, I think we should open the show eating it.
Yeah. Then our blood sugar's gonna crash halfway through.
Yeah,
and-
that's a good point. So, all right, folks, we're gonna do 2 more races because why not?
He's just adding races.
I gotta win one.
Yeah, come on,
All right.
Kong.
All right, everybody got your bets in. Throw your bets down. Share this on your Facebook page. Your moms, your grandmas.
All right, who
we
on
have
the
people
couch?
on
Who
the
on the
couch.
couch?
We
Rookie.
got people on the couch listening to the show. That's an apps. That's a fine. $5. $5 in the fine jar. $5 in the fine jar. All right. On the count of 2, 1, 0,
Let's
and
go.
they're off. Here we go.
Come on, Kong. Look at him go.
Oh yeah, I got San Juan. I picked San Juan.
No. Come on,
He
Mr.
might win.
Leach.
This is neck
No.
and neck. We've not seen.
Egg sucking leech looks like a dog in heat.
Let's go. It's hard when you're running on your
Oh, the
knuckles.
film critic
No!
is taking it to the finish.
No, come on. My
two-
guy passed out.
he has every run.
Really?
Yeah, he has.
He's so tired.
Dave really wants him to win. All right, well, we're down to 3, folks. We've got what's left.
I got to go with him one more time. He's going to do it this time. I can tell. Come on. Me and Dave are
Every
together.
single one of these animals is an bit of an innuendo.
Yes, they are.
Innuendo. This maybe is all we do from now on.
I know.
Screw the flies. So you just join in and figure out who's winning the monster races. So, folks, get your bets in. Share this on all your favorite pages and make sure that you tell your friends you better show up for the start because you don't want to miss monster races. And imagine at the end of the year when we get down to all 23 flies, they're all going to be up
It's
here.
gonna be so crowded. People tripping
All right,
everywhere.
see, George is going with the leech. Here we go.
Come
Brendan's got it. Everyone wants Kate. I'm going to egg sucking leech.
Leech?
Everybody
Let's
wants.
all go leech. We'll cheer him
We're
on.
going the leech. We're going the leech here. Couch guys, you guys got your votes in?
Stay the poacher.
Oh,
Stay poacher.
we got Stay the Poacher.
he's got the finger blaster.
Finger blast
With the right hand. It's a bit of a reach around.
It's cupping.
All right, folks,
let's
get
go.
your bets in.
Come
Throw
on.
them down on the thing. You got to put the name of the animal or whatever it's called. We all go, egg, sucking leech, go.
Leech all
Go,
the way.
egg, sucking leech, go. Here we go. In 2, 1, and the race is off. The final race of the day of episode 4.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Here we go. Here
Slight
we go.
lead, slight
He's doing
lead.
it, guys.
Come on.
He is
Go
doing
for
it.
it.
Egg sucking leech.
Come on.
No,
No, it does this every time. Come on, you got it. Yeah. 3 for 4, baby. 3 for 4.
Oh, you did well. Dave
Look at
Jackson
him.
finally won.
He did.
Look at this. Is
Oh,
what happens when
he's
he's
excited.
passed out on the ground.
Poor worm just squatting. Look at him go.
Oh, we got a fun night planned for you guys. As you can tell by the music and our outfits, it is not Howler Brothers night.
No.
It is one step better.
Kitty cats.
Oh, man, I just never want to leave the egg sucking leech.
What is the T-Rex leaving everywhere he goes? There's like a little breadcrumbs of
Where?
him. Look at
He
him.
did?
The T-Rex, there's green stuff everywhere he goes.
Return this.
That's from the last races?
Yeah, I think so. That's where the lanes he's been in.
Yeah, that's a good point. So if you did as well as Tim, let us know in the comments. So we're gonna be right back, folks. We got some amazing people, and you are some of them that has helped us get through this journey, and we're able to do fun things like this because of these awesome people. We'll be back in a second.
Innovation is in our DNA here at Fishpond, and this year we're raising the bar. From the brand new Storm Shadow line with industry-first weather resistance to new Nomad net models crafted for any application. Built for every mile, the entire line is crafted for the rugged demands of adventure travel to the ease of everyday angling. Head on over to fishpondusa.com to find a dealer near you.
Well,
There we are.
those are the people.
Those are the couch people.
And those are you guys. The best part.
Yeah, the TNL fam. We're super grateful for you guys. I did not mean to come back to them right away.
Well, surprise.
Zip it. We'll come back to you. But anyways, because we just had some announcements to make on this page. And not happy, guys.
What?
Now that we can hear the music,
Yeah, now it's not great.
it's really not great. So
Been hiding out
anyways, we're going to get back to the theme of the night, which is Western cats.
Western kitty cats, and they almost wrecked the board over there. They're getting wild.
All right, folks. We gotta get going with the show before the show gets going with us, because Cam is out of control, sitting on the couch. Yeah, let us know where you're from, what you're drinking, because you guys are the TNL fam, and we're here every Thursday for the next 3 months.
Yep.
And I'm Dana,
And I'm Tim.
Brenda
Brenda
and Debbie, as you're known. We're going to be tying a couple flies tonight.
How we are.
And the first one will be the Parmacheene Belle.
Is anybody else excited about that fly?
Yeah.
It's
So-
gonna be good.
There's going to require a lot of patience. And I'm going to advise tonight you might just want to watch. Okay, because
That's
it
a
takes
first for you.
Well, I'm just saying it's going to take about 30 minutes to just straight up tie it. And you might get a little frustrated, but the quick tie is done. And the quick tie is very informative, and it's probably going to help you out a lot because you can pause it. Having said
Yeah.
that, if you have your kits, your TNL, Thursday Night Live kits, well, folks, those are handy because everything is prepackaged for you. All 26 patterns for 13 episodes.
Yep.
And if you do a great job,
Which you will.
you're going to get all these tied. Okay, these are all the flies that you can tie that come in the kit. So pretty handy. Pretty freaking handy.
That's a ton of flies.
And if you already got all the materials, because you say you do, then you can head over to our website and you can check out the recipes on our website. So like for tonight, you could kind of see there on our website is all the fly recipes for the Parmacheene Belle and the Laser Minnow. And the website is the same as in the ticker that is scrolling across the top of the screen there. Also, your Flyingo cards are really important because
Yes,
we got lots of prizes, Tim.
Oh, yep, that's my cue.
Dig into the high drift boat and pull out the prizes, because that boat is getting full of prizes, because last week Ken McCutcheon crapped the bed and did not win because he chose the wrong door.
These are in there, right?
Beyond broke. No, those are not in there. I
Giveaway
worked hard
flies.
on those.
All right, so we're stacking up some prizes because there wasn't one last week. So from our friends over at Fishpond, we have this beautiful hat. Very, very nice.
That's why it's the Fishpond Flyingo.
We got an awesome hat here from Grundens.
Nice, 2 hats. It's almost a hat trick.
Oh, it's so a dad joke. From Fishpond, we got this awesome
Oh, those
puck.
guys right there. Let's talk about
man.
those. That,
These are like,
that is the new fly box.
yeah, this pretty much exists in my boat with all my
Yeah,
flies.
that's
It's awesome.
magic right there.
From us here at Fly Fishing Bover Outfitters, we have our Euro Nymph. almost ruined this.
You did.
Not Euro Nymph. Don't Euro Nymph these flies, but there are nymphs in here.
Some great
And
names.
even better, on the
Captain
inside,
Clutch.
which you're really gonna want to have, Captain Clutch sticker to save you from all your troubles when it comes to
Yeah.
Flyingo.
You're gonna ask what is that, and then you're gonna find out the hard way. So we don't
true.
really advertise the Captain Clutch. You just figure out the hard way. Kind of how it goes.
From our friends over at Wolf Creek Angler.
Wolf
one
Creek
of our,
Anglers on the
sponsors this
Missouri
year.
River.
Nice sun hoodie, Wolf
Yeah.
Creek Anglers.
Wolf Creek Anglers.
And then we have a hoodie here from Grundens.
Oh, look at this! Look at that artwork in the back. Look at
Very
that.
nice.
Very
Some
nice.
great prizes to be won.
Yep. And if they're not one, well, they just carry over and they grow a little more. every single
Keep stacking up.
week. And which thread should everyone get ready for them not to tie with you?
Because you're going to tie with me. So tonight, the Parmacheene, which we're going to start with, I'm going to be tying with some UTC 70 in black. So something a little smaller, go 8/0 if you're using that style of denier measurement, or a 70. And then for the next fly, we're going to be using a 140 in black, just something a little thicker. But same.
Nice. Yeah, the laser minnow's fun.
Fun and easy.
Very simple and effective fly. I like every Thursday now, moving forward. I get to teach you a little bit about the flies before we tie them. The Parmacheene Belle might get a little lengthy with all the things, but you're going to want to stick around because it's super informative and it's really fun to learn about these things because it's not really common in a lot of trout fishermen to tie, married feathers, married wings, like when you marry the feathers. And I'm going to try to explain why that happens, how it happens, and how you marry those feathers together and take it or leave it. Got some other things here. And what I do want to do is, first and foremost, jump over here to...
Oh, what's brewing up in there?
I might have put it in the wrong order, but that's the order that you're going to get. This is our friends, Maggie Murphy at Black Stag Bakery. And we welcome her into the TNL fam because... How was last week?
You don't even understand truly till you ate one of those
You don't
things.
understand. But what I suggest you to do, the best way to get in touch with Maggie is to go on Instagram, Black Stag Bakery, because she is going to start a pre-order. Basically from what we're showing tonight, which will be completed here eventually. Maybe if I pop open another video. Oh, it's just getting a little
flowing
enveloping of stuff. So go over to Instagram, follow along. She has a website and she does pre-orders because it's a little bit of her off season, but she is doing pre-orders for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And that's why Tim's wearing that shirt today is to
Valentine's shirt.
is to rep that Valentine's Day. And so next Friday, I believe the pre-orders will start. And if you're kind of local, because you do have to come pick the stuff up, I highly suggest, and we're going to give you a first-hand review tonight of what she is going to be. Oh,
It continues.
what's this? It just went on again. Some more stuff going in there.
Is all the white powder icing sugar? Because I
It's-
hope
some
it is.
of it isn't.
Oh, I hope it is. Come
It's
on.
the good white powder.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
But yeah, we're super excited to have Black Stag Bakery here for all the baking cams to make you guys.
Just like that.
We do one more part of this, and then oh, what's this? What's this?
Looks a little chocolatey to me.
I think there's more than chocolate. Maybe a hints of espresso.
Oh. Keep me up all night.
Yeah. Oh, that looked like vanilla.
Yeah, I know that.
Anyways, it's going in the blender. We're gonna come back and we're gonna check on that quite simply in a little bit, and then we're gonna eat it.
Yes, we
We
are.
got so many things
Best
planned.
part.
We got to keep rolling. Head over to our friends at the couch.
Oh, who is
Take
those
the
guys?
mic off.
Howdy, folks.
Hello.
Here we are, TNL Live.
The OQP couch that is broke, and I'm not
Diesel.
sure what happened to the letters, but they got a little sour.
Sorry.
Sour.
That's Cam.
They
That'd
look
be me.
level.
Super Mario World on the tunes, potentially.
Level-ish.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Potentially.
We forgot to say hi to you guys, but Josh's PBR and Banff might end up with a few bead-headed rubber leg part. Well, when in Rome, why don't you
When
do
in
that?
Rome. Give her
So-
a try.
So Mr. Struthers is in the house. We guys just got so much, and this flies a lot, and then I planned a lot of things, and I
Just a
screwed
lot.
up because we just wanted to make it so much fun tonight. And then Maggie bakes something amazing, and Tim's tying an amazing fly, and then Aaron and Cam show up, and you know who else showed up?
Who dat?
Baldi Bob.
Oh, I forgot about Baldi Bob.
Baldi Bob showed up. And I don't know, guys, but talk to me here. Have you ever been into a fly shop? And well, we've probably all been
Once
into
or
fly
twice.
shops.
Once or twice.
And there's that guy.
I love Bob. Bob's
There's
a great guy.
There's that guy with the stories.
That's my favorite boat trips ever, is the guy with the stories.
You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
The guy at the shop who tells stories that sometimes go nowhere.
That sounds like a ride with Cam.
Did you just shave your pubes?
So the carpet
So-
doesn't match the drapes.
Well, anyways, because everybody in the house knows Baldi Bob, and if you don't know Baldi Bob, you're going to get to meet Baldi Bob because Baldi Bob is going to be a mainstay on Thursday Night Live, hopefully, if I get the energy to keep him around. I mean, if Bob
Has lots of
Bob
stories.
does have the energy. It's like Hot Sauce John is who Sean was thinking about. But this one is called Baldi Bob. And well, without much further ado, folks, I encourage you to crack open a cold one. And we're gonna hear what Baldi Bob's story is this week. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna crack a lack. We're gonna get going on the beer 30s. And then we're going to get tying the Parmacheene Belle because we're ahead of schedule.
Look at us go.
We don't have a schedule,
that's a
Tim. That's not. Anyways,
Blackout bingo.
here is, you've seen it here first, the first segment of Baldi Bob.
All right, guys. I'm Bob. And I just wanted to say hi to everybody because you've probably never met me before. But I'm Bob, and I tell stories. And essentially, tonight, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. So I want you just to stay put. So, anyways, let me tell you about the most traumatizing yet life-changing moment of my life and my fly fishing career. It all started when I walked into my local fly shop, just looking for some new flies and maybe some tippets. Simple, right? No, wrong. And then out of nowhere, a guy behind the counter yells, "Hands up!" And I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I thought, oh no, this is it. Baldi Bob's going to the slammer for spending too much time in the fly tying aisle. And all he says is, how big is the fish? And I said, what do you mean, this fish? And he goes, absolutely, Bob, not you. I said, okay, yeah, well, it wasn't that big. And he said, are you sure about that? And I was like, okay, maybe I didn't catch a fish. And he goes, yeah, I thought so, Bob. You never tell the truth. And I just said, but I remembered something really important, and I gasped, and I said, wait a second. Hey, guy over there. I said, I got a quick question for you. I got a quick question. Okay. So I said, do you have your Flyingo card? And I said, what? You haven't got one yet? And he's like, no. And I said, well, that makes it very sad. But you gotta remember that that's worse than losing a 26-inch brown trout. You know that? And if you just head over to the website, it's right here, www.flyfishingbover.com/TNL7 right now. You can get your free card before it's too late. And he goes, hands up! And I'm like, are you kidding me again? What? And if my hands are up, I can't play Flyingo. And he goes, friends don't end up like me. Anyways, it's a sad situation here, but my hands were up in the air, and he goes, but that's because you won, right? Isn't that what everyone does when they win? They cheer real loud. He goes, but I'm like, if my hands are up in the air, I'm really sad because you can't be playing my Flyingo card like I want to. And anyways, I'm Bob, and that's my story for the day. I'm sticking to it.
That's
Oh,
Bob,
Bob.
folks. He is.
What a fella.
He reached out to me last week and said, do you mind if I,
Share a story.
I've been kicked out of a few fly shops, and I would love to share with your audience a story each and every week. So, I said, if you're going to promote the show, Bob, then pitter patter.
Pitter patter. Just
So
get at her.
I showed him Flyingo, and he thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Wow.
So there's Bob telling the story, and
He's got some advice for you.
that's
Go get your
how it
card.
goes. So make sure you get your cards.
Get your cards.
All right. Anyways, like I said, we'd be back, and what we'd be doing is,
Beer 30.
guys, what we'd be doing is,
It's Beer 30! Join Dana and Tim as they sip, savor, and sometimes suffer through craft beer adventures.
all the joys of what we do here behind the camera, and we don't know. We don't know. So what we're
Might
going to
be
do
good, might be
first, we're going to try out a beer. Our friends on the couch also have this beer that they're going to try at the same time. It's in the cooler, squished on the cheese. So what we do each and every week is we grab a couple, 3 beers. And nope, that's the wrong one. That was the
That one,
last
yep.
week, and it didn't do well on the show. So what you can do, I just want to go do this, is I've done something to help each of you out, is throw this up here on our website. I think if you go... Oh, well, anyways, it'll be right here. So on our website, at the bottom of the website here, we have Beer 30 for each of the episodes. And it shows what we're going to be drinking. So I've already got up to episode 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all on the website here. So you could go on, find out what beer we're drinking. You can find a little bit about the brewery, where it's from, and whatnot. And so I did try to get some non-localish beers. So we got some from New York, we got some from Pennsylvania, we got some from California. So hopefully our American friends can join in on the fun. Anyways, this one here is from Sea Change Brewing Company, and it's called The Wolf, and it's a hazy pale ale, 5% alcohol, and an IBU of 30. So I think it's going to be...
Should be lightish?
Nope.
No? How is it hazy pale? If it's
That's an IPA for sure.
All right, so
It's got a nose.
I'm just gonna throw. That's not the couch, guys. That's the Parmacheene Belle. Doesn't need to. All right, there's the couch, guys, and there's me and Tim.
All
We're
right.
gonna give it a rip
Let's give
here.
it a try. It looks light.
That's IPA alley right there.
That's IPA, but it's not sneezy
It's not sneezy.
Or weedy.
or weedy. No, yeah, it doesn't smell like pot and or makes you sneeze. Although the one their can, what is that? Crushed beers, not dreams. That's a hell of a hashtag.
Why are you looking at that so funny?
And you know, with Wolf Creek being a proud sponsor for TNL this year, this is
Out
The
of
Wolf.
the Wolf.
yeah, out of
The
Edmonton.
Wolf to Wolf Creek.
Does it look funny?
Yeah. This one might have been in the cooler for a while. Let's try one of Cam's.
That's got some.
Here, let's pass one of these ones.
All right, those
is-
are fresh.
What is it?
Hey,
in
don't
there?
ask questions.
Hazy pale chunks?
All right, so we brought backups just because I think our stout's gonna be in the same boat.
Oh man, that ain't. Doesn't
Try
look
it.
good.
I think it's fine.
November 24th. I think we should be good.
Oh, that's just a little sediment on the back of that one on yours,
Did you shake it?
Debbie.
Debbie's beer has a lot of chunks on the bottom. Okay,
Give it a rip.
I did. It's actually not bad, but
Oh,
a
it's
little
fine.
unsettling.
You know, just sift it through your teeth. It's like a nice fine Chianti.
All right, we're back and we're trying out the Sea Change Brewery called The Wolf in honor of our friends at Wolf Creek Anglers.
It's still good. Tim made a face.
Yeah, it's got some like.
But that's
So
an
it's a
IP
juicy hazy pale ale with bright citrus. Yes,
Yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
Tropical fruit. Yeah, very
Yeah,
tasted
it's on the
that.
bottom of this one. Tropical fruit.
The use of Citra and Mosaic hops give it a smooth mouthfeel with just the right balance of bitterness. Perfect for those who love a hop-forward, refreshing brew.
Does anybody else get worried about when someone says mouthfeel? That's a bit
It's
odd.
often used in the craft beer world.
You know how like an IPA, there's like the ones that it's like a 2 or like you can only have 1 or 2.
Well, it's
This one could actually take you to Guide's Corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because you wouldn't be finished by then.
Well,
Takes you that long to drink it.
My favorite drink is booze, so there's no bad.
Is that actually an IPA?
No, like you can drink multiple.
Well,
things
it's
all the way down.
it's a hazy pale ale,
It's not full blown IPA. Like
No.
there's no what's that?
but it's hoppy. Like the
It's
IBU
hoppy.
30 is hoppy.
Yeah,
Guys, we sound like we know what we're doing, but we don't.
we don't.
All right, time to rank it from
That's the IPA in it.
the office of Dana. You know, I'm gonna hang out right around there. Like
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like I think I'll go 3 just because.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the dream killer.
They always are.
I'd go 3 as well.
Ray
It's
Ron.
a solid day nymphing. Yeah.
We can't go in between, right? Like this isn't Barstool where
There's
it's
no
like a
0.5s. No.
There's nothing, eh? Because like
No
I'm
half.
like between a 3 and a 4 on this.
Really?
So
Oh.
yeah, I like it. I
This
like
one
that.
is a little soury in this glass.
I like a little bit of skunk in that
Is it-
beer now and then.
Is it better in the cup? I think that stuff's fun.
Sometimes beer is not meant to be drank out of a glass, though.
Maybe,
beer should be out of a can.
Maybe
I always like that
foods.
line that it comes in a glass.
See if any comments
That's what
here.
she said.
It's even
Mute 'em.
worse. I don't know. I think the stuff at the bottom it just showed up for you. So, what about us from Hawaii?
I like
He's
3
talking
solid
about-
day nymphing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in between the 2.5.
Solid day nymphing with the dry on the top.
Brennan just says it's extra protein. I don't know if I like
think,
that.
I don't
Brennan.
think it's bad. I think you should just keep on keeping on.
I'm just scared to get too close to the bottom because they're settling now.
I think you should enjoy the sediment.
Yeah, a good beer always has sediment. All right, so I feel like our last beer, the Stout, is gonna have some troubles.
Yeah, I think.
It's. Anyways, I just filled up my cup with this, and we usually do 2 right now, and we're not because we got so much to do. We gotta get time flies, guys. I know coming from me that sounds super weird, but
Thanks, Kenny.
I gotta teach you guys about this fly. I've got so many things going on right now.
Get teaching.
Gonna mute everybody
I'm losing hair over here.
because I'm nervous. It's just me and you guys. And let me find out where this is. Where is it? What is it? It's called Getting Buggy with Dana. And this segment, this part of the show here is just me and you guys. We got a little bit.
Hey, Dana, is that you?
What?
The guy who gets all buggy about the flies?
Yeah, that's me, Sketchy. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just trying to catch a mountain trout with this. You know,
I
my
don't-
hands, the very
I don't-
sophisticated fishing style that I use.
Your hands. You
Anyways,
just
I heard that
throw 'em in
you're
the-
talking about the Parmacheene
river?
Belle
With-
today. Oh, what the heck is
Yeah,
that?
we-
Anyway,
we are. You can
sounds like
read.
a fancy dessert to me.
Not quite, Sketch. The Parmacheene Belle is a classic wet fly with a lot of history, designed to mimic the pectoral fins of a brook trout and your dumb fly
Oh,
rod.
this isn't a fishing rod. No, it's just my hands. But wait,
I see
you're
it, but
telling me that fish eat flies that look like other fish?
is it your
what
first
kind of
time here,
twisted
or-
underwater world is this?
Yeah, it's a wild world, Sketchy, but trust me, this fly's been around for over a century and has helped many anglers catch countless brook trout.
Oh, absolutely. But make it snappy, Dana.
Okay,
I've got
well,
a date with a trout who owes me rent.
All right, Sketchy, but sounds good, buddy. And so let's get buggy about the Parmacheene Belle. And I don't know who that guy is, but apparently he's a little bit of a rowdy dude who thinks he knows a lot, but the Parmacheene Belle. All right. Oh, it went too fast right by there, so we didn't. There we go. I can pause there. It's a classic wet fly that traces its origins back to the late 19th century and created by Henry P. Wells, an influential angler and writer who is credited with naming and popularizing this pattern. The fly was first documented in Wells's book, Fly Rods and Tackle, back in 1885. 1885. He described this as an attractor pattern rather than a specific imitation of a natural insect or bait fish. The fly was originally designed for brook trout fishing in the rivers and the lakes of Maine, particularly around the Parmacheene Lake region, hence its name. It was meant to mimic the fins of juvenile brook trout, which often displayed vivid red, white, and black markings. This made it highly effective as a predatory trigger for large trout. How many of you in here knew that? Because I didn't know that before I started learning about it and the history, and I just went right past that slide. The Parmacheene Belle is a foundational fly in the history of American fly fishing, often appearing in classical literature and fly pattern books. It's one of the most recognized attractor wet flies, and it's still referenced in discussion about traditional fishing methods. Famous fly tyers such as Mary Orvis Marbury featured the fly in her 1892 book, Favorite Flies and Their Histories, further cementing its status as a must-have fly in traditional collections. It was widely used across northeastern U.S. and Canada, particularly for catching brook trout in deep pools and moving waters. Today, the Parmacheene Belle is often displayed in vintage fly collections, and you're going to see why after Tim ties it, and it's framed for fly fishing artwork, and it's often used as a symbol of traditional fly fishing craftsmanship. So we're absolutely tying up a legendary fly today, folks. So as we discussed earlier, the entomology isn't really buggy, but yet it's the red and white wing coloration is said to mimic the pectoral fins of the brook trout or other juvenile fish, making it that territorial trigger for predatory fish. The soft hackle and the movement suggest the fluttering of an emergent insect, maybe, if you're going to stretch it a bit, which could resemble caddis, drowned terrestrials, just like all the other swinging flies. Sometimes you just don't know, and we say they mimic this, and they are what they are. But the contrast of the bright colors makes it highly visible in deeper or slightly stained water, which if you've ever fished out on the East Coast, a lot of those rivers are tan, like tea stained. It's just the natural color of them. So a bright fly like this might have been the ticket to success on places and waters that are always kind of that rust tea stained. So you're going to ask yourself, how do you fish the fly? Well, just like any other great swinging fly or streamer, you're just going to you can swing it down. You can do your leisurely lift, okay? Or you could just fish it to the banks and pull it off and strip it back and forth like that. Or if you want, just put it under a giant bobber and let it flow down the river and do your thing. Or if you got your little kickers on and you're in a lake, well, you're just going to troll that thing around on a sinking line and have some fun with that. The Parmacheene Belle in modern fly tying history. Well, it's just like I said. Some people Euro nymph it because that's just what they do. So nowadays, the colors have been experimented with and played around just like everything in modern fly fishing culture. It's just kind of the way it is. So I guess I would say it's a bit of a streamer pattern or a swinging streamer pattern. And the colors are why, because you just heard me talk about the brook trout. And the pro tips of this fly is to remember that it's a fly that represents both history and effectiveness. So it's kind of that classic. When we say the word classic, it's exactly that. It's a fly that's been tied for, I didn't do the math, but over 130 years. A long time. And it's kind of withstood the test of time. And what this fly does do for us, which I do want to talk about, and I did not put into my slides here. I don't know how geeky to get about this, but the process of marrying the feathers together. So what we're going to be doing here is to marry some feathers together. And what that means is basically we're going to take different colors, Okay, so when you open up your package and you see your feathers, they're gonna kind of be stuck, and Tim's gonna go down and he's gonna kind of pull them apart. And so what we want to do let's just say they were married to start, and so we're kind of pulling them apart. And then what we want to do is introduce a couple color combinations to similar feathers, but different colors. And so that's where we got to like re-Velcro them and remarry them back together. Interesting enough that this is kind of the biology of this is that it is on the wings of birds, and it helps them with their what's the word? The aerodynamics. It helps them with waterproofing. The fact that these feathers, they stay together, it's just really cool, because what we're doing is we're kind of taking apart the natural, and then we're gonna put back the natural. So why does it work like that? If you take one of these feathers and you put them under a microscope, you're gonna find this like central shaft here, and then it has these barbules. Okay, but what's really cool about that is that you can't marry different sides because the barbules are facing different directions. So which Tim will show you is how we're gonna have the same side and the same side. It's super important because of how the microscopic structure of those feathers are. They will not marry to the feather of the other side. We can dork out about this, but I think just to see that whole idea and like the marrying as Velcro is kind of how I want you guys to think about this. As we jump into tying this fly, you got history, you got it's just fascinating on the history of it and how this fly goes together. And then you can get into the artistic world of fly tying, which goes much beyond what I want to do. I want to fish and catch fish with them. But anyways, that's getting buggy with Dana, and that's all about kind of the Parmacheene Belle and a little bit about the microscopic biology of marrying or Velcroing those wings together based on the sides, the barbules, and I just made Tim's job a whole lot easier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You did. Thank you for that. That was awesome, Dana. Some great history on this fly. Like you said, there's a lot of history to it. So it's a super neat thing when you get to tie some flies that look like this, that have, they've been established for a long, long time before we ever started fly fishing or before fly fishing was even a thought. So we're going to take you through this. Try to just have some patience with yourself, because this one has a way of feeling complicated. But I'm going to try to get you through it kind of as quick as possible. Dana mentioned that whole thing about feathers on one side versus the other. So in your kit, you're going to basically have 2 feathers. You're going to have 4 feathers, but it's 2 from each side, 2 chunks. So if I show these to you, so you can tell that there's a top side to the feather, because the underside has like a big bulge of the underside of the feather. Now you have 2, a red and a white, that are going to have virtually, they have like the small side over here, or so the long side and the short side. This side is actually biots, is what it is. So when you hear about biots coming off stuff, this is actually a turkey flat, they call it. So this is turkey biots. This side is the same. So you're gonna have a feather that has a top side and bottom side. You're gonna have a matching pair for one side. You're gonna have a matching pair for the opposing side. Now this one, obviously you can tell I've cut a lot off of and used a lot of, but that's the case. So you got 2 different sides of the feather. You need to keep those pairs together as we move through this next little piece. And I show you how to marry these together. You need to basically make piles of the married wings and the tails, and they need to be the same wings together. So try to keep those separate in their own piles. Now, Dana's just gonna get you another camera angle here in a second, and we'll kind of explain to you how we're gonna do this. But we're gonna start off by grabbing one or the other. Doesn't matter which pairing you grab. We're gonna make a couple of piles. We're gonna strip off what we need from each color on each side. So on each side, we need to make, so let's say for the white example, as you see in the fly here, on the wing itself, you see there's white, red, white. So I need to have a total of 3 white pieces off of the one side and I need to have a total of 2 red pieces off the other side because I only need 1 for the tail and 1 for the middle. So I'm gonna start off by coming to my one pairing. So again, make sure you have your pairings. You know which is which, they're together. I'm gonna grab my white one first here. I'm gonna flip it over. We are taking off the long side of the feather, not the biad side. Now I like to do my separating with my wings. Or with my scissors, sorry, on my wings. I find it a little bit easier. I basically break my scissor in half, so I have a pointy. Now, when we do this, we want one white piece that's slightly thicker, which is gonna go on the tail, and then 2 thin, super thin ones that are gonna be on the wing, because we're gonna have a wider wing with 3 different pieces. It's gonna be white, red, white. So when I come in here, I'm just gonna stick my scissor into the feather, and I'm gonna break this off. And I'm just basically stuck it through, and I'm sliding it up till it peels off, and then I'll pull it apart. Now that's a little bit wider piece, so I'm gonna say that that one's gonna be my tail piece. Then I'm just gonna come in here, snip that out, and set it aside. And now I'm gonna come in here and grab 2 smaller pieces. And these ones should be fairly thin. I'm gonna pull that first one off, separate it. And once you cut them, you can always take some more off of them just by splitting them again, which is totally fine too. And if you find that there's any little defect in the feather, just get rid of that piece and go to another piece because it won't marry together very well if there's like a crinkle in it or something like that. I'm gonna separate that one off. That'll be my other thin one off this side. I'll trim that guy out, set it into a pile. You really want to keep these pieces together. I am gonna redo my thick piece because I can see that there's a little defect in that one and I don't think it's gonna marry very well.
So just note how they're like undoing as he pulls the scissors up, and that's just basically you're just pulling the barbules apart like the Velcro.
Exactly. It's just a Velcro when you're pulling it apart.
Cool. Ron said that he fishes in the Parmacheene area every year. Some nice water in that area of Maine. So that's really
super
cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna, now that I've finished with my one white on that side, because I've got my 3 pieces, now I'm gonna find my matching pair, my red. So I'll set my white aside, and now I'm gonna come to my red one, and I just need 2. I need one really thin one, and one that's just slightly wider. I'm gonna start off by grabbing my little bit wider one, and that's gonna be for my tail, because there's only 2 colors in the tail. I'm gonna snip that out, set it aside, and just kind of stick it with those white ones that you already got. And then I'm gonna try to do a really thin one here. And when you grab a piece at the bottom, it always seems like it's thin, and then when you get up to the top, it broadens out. So on that thin one, take a little less than you even think. That's probably only like 3 little pieces of fiber on that one. I'll set that aside. Okay, so now
the cat's staring at people.
The cat, oh look at that, eh? Right over the nips. Okay, so I've got my matching pair done. That's my one side. Now I'm gonna go to my other pairing. I'm gonna see if I can get enough out of this white one still. So I've got, again, I need to do 3 out of this one. 2 thin ones, one that's mildly thicker. So I'm gonna come in here, split again. I like to put my my finger behind so I get my scissor to go through and hit my finger, and then I separate it off. And we just want the thin ones for that wing, as we don't want a huge amount of bulk in that wing at the top. But the thinner you go, the little bit more difficult it is to marry them together. So it's kind of a catch-22. I got that one. I'm gonna try to do one more thin one here. Separate that guy off. Trim it. And I'm gonna do one more that's slightly thicker for the tail. So we do all this prep work before we get to actually even getting thread on, because once we have all these married together, then the fly just flows really quickly. But this is where all the time consuming part is done. So I'm gonna get that guy trimmed out. Now I'm done with my white, so I can set it aside. Now I need to find my matching pair side on my red one, and I'm gonna do 2, one thin and one thicker one. I'll come in here. Get that one off. That's gonna be my thicker one. As you can see, it looks thinner at the bottom, but then it grows kind of as you go up as the feather widens a bit. Set that one over. Now I'm gonna try to get a nice thin one out of here. You can use a bodkin for this too. A bodkin works really nice. I just like the scissors because then my scissors are already in my hand to just make my trim. And then I go from there. Okay, so I've cut my last one out. I can set my feathers aside. I don't need those anymore. And now we're gonna get to work on marrying these together. And what marrying means? Well, it just simply means, like Dana said, it's like redoing the Velcro. So I need to reattach these feathers to themselves. So for the tail, I'm gonna find that little bit thicker red one. And on this fly, we're gonna go white on top of red. So I'm gonna grab my little bit thicker white one. And you're gonna notice that they have a bit of an angle to them. They turn in one side. So I need to match those angles together and those curves. And I'm gonna try to basically just in between my fingers, get the tips to be as close as possible together. And I'm just setting the feathers on top of themselves. So all I've done is set them nice and close. And all I do is I'm gonna stroke that feather together. And if they're gonna marry, they're gonna do it pretty quick. You shouldn't have to work super hard. I start with the tips. Those tips came together quite nicely. I show it against my hand. Those came right together. And then I'm just gonna grab the tips and get a little bit more of that back end to come together. And that one married really nice. Now, that's my one side of my tail, okay? Now again, keep these organized. So I'm gonna keep this with that same pile that it was in. And I'm gonna build the wing now. Grab the red one again. The red's gonna be the middle. Keep that same curve. So again, it's important because the barbs need to attach to themselves in the same line that they were. So if I tried to go the other way, they wouldn't do it together. I'm gonna bring a white one in on top. I'm gonna try to match those tips as close as possible. It's not gonna be perfect all the time, but get them close. And try to slide my fingers and marry the top first. The tips came together in like one stroke. Stroke the backside, just like that. Those ones came together. And now, because this is the wing, I do need one more white one on the bottom. You should still have one white remaining on that side. Again, find that proper angle. I'm gonna lay the red one on top of the white one now. Get them close, the tips as close as possible. And stroke them together. Like so. These ones are struggling a little bit more. The other little tip to this too is if you had a kettle, you could start a kettle and get a kettle going with some steam. And if you just give it a quick steam, because sometimes the angles aren't quite right or the curves and it doesn't want to come together, that'll help them marry together real quick. This one's gonna do it for me, I can tell. There we go, just like that. And once those barbs align just perfectly, it's just like Velcro. You're trying to get them just right, kind of like a zipper. And once they're together, they're together. Okay, perfect. So I've got my wing on one side and my tail on one side. Now I'm gonna set those down. And now I'm gonna go to my other side feather. I'm gonna do my tail first. So I'm gonna grab the little bit thicker pieces that I brought off. And again, match the curve of the feather and curve of the feather. Get those tips pretty close to the same length. And then just encourage them together. You just try to get them to stack almost right on top of each other. I know I'm covering up so it's tough to see, but you kind of have to just get your fingers right on top of them. And once you slide them and they get close enough, they should slide together. Just like that. Sometimes I kind of pinch them. You never want to roll them and try to roll them together. But as long as you can get, even a half an inch of the tips together, that's all you're going to need for this fly because it's such a small fly. We don't need a huge long piece together. So I got my tail on that side. Now my last thing I got to do is get my other wing together. So I'm going to grab my red first and hold it in my fingers, and I'll grab one of the white sides, get my tip aligned with that same curve. Try to get them as close together as possible and get them to marry. So it's always kind of best to start with the tips, just like that. That one went together really well. And just slide your fingers back, you're just trying to get the sides of them to touch each other. And if it's gonna happen, it's normally gonna happen pretty quick. They're gonna attach without much hassle. Now I just gotta grab my last one. Flip it over, get my angle right, set it on top, line up those tips, the best I can. If you went really thin on these, it does make it a little tougher to marry, but it looks super good. Just like that. They slid together, no problem. And guys, don't forget at any time, if you've got questions or anything about this and you need me to pause, just drop SOS in the comments and we'll stop and we'll give you, you'll see that flashing on the screen, and we'll give you any questions answered that you need or any help that you need.
There's only been one SOS so far, and that was Scooter. Want to know where to get the shirt.
Well, that's a good SOS to have.
Thanks, Deborah.
You're welcome. All right, we've got our full set of stuff done. Now we can actually get to the fly itself. So hopefully that went well for you guys if you're tying along with me. If not, don't forget, like Dana said, head over to the Quick Ties tomorrow and you'll be able to watch this and pause and watch and pause. And I kind of give the same description the best that I can. And hopefully it makes some sense to you. So let's get this fly out of the vise and we will get the next hook in and we'll get to the tying of this fly. The actual tying of the fly isn't an overcomplicated tie. It's more the preparation that's the work.
So once you get that in there, I think we should just take a pause, let everybody kind of finish marrying their wings.
Sounds good.
And take another. Oh, my glasses are off. My costume's off. It's like when the kids see the mascot without the stuff.
Can't do that.
All right, Black Steak Bakery is the one and only baker. Guys, you don't even know what we're in for.
I can't wait.
I
can't wait.
I can't wait. I'm afraid of the stout beer a little later on, but we've saw this, and now what's next? Maybe just another angle.
Oh, there's just so many layers.
There is so many layers to this cake, and there's a little bit of reminiscent behind here. This cartoon shows us a little bit about what it is. So Black Steak Bakery, folks, head over on the Instagram and check them out because they are doing pre-orders for Valentine's Day, and this dessert will be one of their pre-orders.
Be available.
We can't tell you what it is because we would be blowing. Oh, what's this? Just wait, there's more.
It's fat-free something. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely.
Oh, that's
calorie-free.
pure protein.
Pure protein.
Protein always whips up like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Is that mascarpone? I don't know what it is, Tim. I'm absolutely. I need a big word. Flamushed. Somebody give me.
Famished.
Mike, don't talk about your diet. Thursdays are always
cheat day.
Oh, what's this? Things are going together quite nicely over here on the baking camp.
Layers
and layers and layers. Oh man! What's good about that, folks, is Black Steak Bakery has completed the task of delivering another fine baking for us on Thursday Night Live, and we can't wait to try that. We'll come back to this because I know Mike's now down in the gym on his Peloton trying to tie this.
Try to tie this fly. All right, guys, let's get to it. Make sure that hook is good and secured in your vise. Don't want it slipping around on you at all. I'm going to go ahead and grab my UTC 70 in black. I'm going to start this about halfway down the fly. I'm going to take my thread wraps rearward. Now I don't want to go past the bend. I want to stop this right here. And basically if it's hanging, I want it to be like it should hang right about at the back of the barb to tie in the tail on this fly. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab the two tail sections we made. Now remember that's white on top of black, white on top of red. Just the two together is the pieces we're going to grab. So I'm going to grab my first one like so. And I'm going to go ahead and grab, just about fell off the table here. I'm going to grab my other pairing up here. And what we want, you can see there's a curve to them. Now we want them to curve away from each other, almost like you're tying in biots. So we're going to tie those in. Again, we want the white on top. And we want them to curve away from each other. So I'm gonna come in here, get those tips as close as I can to each other, so they're matching. And it's a little bit of a game of working with your fingers here, but it's very much like tying in biots, because I want them split out over the tail. I'm gonna measure a tail that's a full hook shank in length. So from point of hook, or from eye of hook to bend of hook, I'm gonna transfer that measurement to the back side. And now I'm gonna switch hands. And I'm gonna keep some good pressure because I want this to cinch. It's so similar to biots. You don't want them to go around the side or anything like that. I'm gonna take, for me, it's gonna be a clockwise spin. If you're right-handed, it'll be a counterclockwise spin on your bobbin. And I'm gonna do a loose wrap. I'm not pulling down. I just want that wrap to be back there a ways. And when my thread gets vertical, I'm gonna pinch with my fingers and pull tight with my thread, and then give an additional 2 wraps, 3 wraps, and pull tight. I'll let my bobbin hang. Now when I get rid of that, let's see how they splayed. They splayed, it's perfect. If you need to make any adjustments on them, you just come in here and you can make a little, you can definitely still move them a bit, which I often will do on this fly because they might not sit perfectly, but I like the way that looks, just about right. Now, before I do any more wraps, I'm gonna trim out the tail ends of this. Now I need to leave room at the head because there's a lot going on in this fly for such a tiny little fly, and this is a size 12 hook. So in perspective, it looks big on the camera, but this is like, if this is my thumb, it's not very big, right? And we're tying this very, very, very small streamer or wet fly. So I'm gonna trim out, leaving lots of space up by the eye, but I also wanna kind of create this even underbody. So I'm gonna leave definitely some extra material, and then I'm gonna start taking some thread wraps back. The reason I don't take thread wraps back right away is if you don't have tight wraps here locked down, it can move your tail, and we don't want that tail to move. We want it secured before we do anything else. So now I'm gonna bring my thread all the way back to where my tie-in point. Be sure not to go any further back. We're gonna go to our next material, which is gonna be our peacock herl. Now I want you to grab 2 pieces of peacock herl for this. And instead of matching the tips, I want you to match the butt end of the stems, okay? And we're just gonna come up like 3-4 inches, and I'm gonna cut that right there. The reason is I want the strong part of the stem, which is the rear part of the stem. We've always talked about those tips being very fragile, and I don't wanna use the tips at all for this. I don't want it to break. So I'm gonna use the rear portion of the fly, or at least midway down. Now I'm gonna tie this in on the near side of the fly. I'm gonna secure this down, secure the butts down. Now I basically wanna take my thread forward so that it clears the eye of the hook, because I'm gonna have to wrap this around, and I know I have to clear that hook with every wrap. Now I'm gonna take 2 to 3 full turns right here, right on top of each other. So I'm not wrapping this forward. I'm creating, excuse me, creating.
Can't trust it.
Can't trust it. So I did basically 3 turns. I'm gonna keep my peacock herl vertical, and then I'm just gonna unwind my wraps and bring it right back.
I think we might have just had the best comment of the year.
What is that?
Mr. Ritzko said, I think my wings, my feathers, where is it, are filing for divorce. My wings are filing for divorce.
That's great. Well, it's not great, but it's great. I'm gonna trim out those tag ends. So I've locked that material down. That's right at the back end there.
Do you guys see on the top of the white feather there that you could see the barbules?
You can.
Yeah.
That's what you're marrying together.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. Now I've got a little bit of extra I'm gonna wrap back onto, because I don't want that bump to be quite that big. We just want to basically have a little bit of a bump back there with that peacock herl. So I like that right there. Now, the next material we're gonna tie in is our gold flash. So you got some gold flash in your kit there. We're gonna again tie this in on the near side of the hook. We're gonna tie in a couple materials here. First one's gonna be this gold flash. I'm gonna take it rearward to my tie-in point, come back forward a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of this yellow, we're gonna call it yarn for better lack of terms. Anytime we have really kind of thick thread, we often call it yarn in flying tying. I've got like this, get off of me.
Say that again, flying tying.
Flying tying. That's my Asian accents. And I'm gonna tie this in.
Whatever, Brenda.
Whatever, Debbie. I'm gonna tie this in on the near side of the fly. Gonna try to tie it on the near side of the fly. Secure that down and take that all the way back again to where I had that peacock curl. And now all I want to do is work to even out this underbody a little bit. So if I got to put in a few thread wraps because I've tied in some materials there, because I'm just going to have a nice space to lay down this yarn. And that should be all right. I'm going to come in here, throw in a half hitch, just a simple overhand knot, just so I can set my thread out of the way. I'm going to come in here now, and I'm just going to do nice, even touching wraps because I want to cover up all that black thread with this nice flat yarn. And I'm going to take this all the way forward, making sure I try to cover up everything all the way forward, leaving that little bit of space still up by the eye because I need some space for the stuff I'm going to put up here, which is still a bit. I'm going to leave it right there, not going to take it too extreme forward. Bring my thread back. Again, as always, thread wrap behind, thread wrap in front to secure my materials. And one extra for security. Trim that out. What are you laughing at? I want to see 3 beard. Oh my gosh. This is like I couldn't, guys, honestly.
Now Ritzko's wings are fighting for the kids. It's getting ugly.
Who's taking the house?
It's not. It's just the kids right now.
Someone's getting a nanny.
Yeah, someone's getting a nanny for sure. All right, now we're going to take that gold rib, guys, and we're just going to do nice, even, segmented wraps forward. The best you can. If it's not super even, I promise you the fish don't care, but for your eye or for mine, it seems to matter. Lock that material off in the same way. Thread wrap behind, thread wrap in front. And we're gonna trim that out. Okay, now we're getting close here, guys. We're getting real close. We got our wing to put in, and we have some hackle fiber to put in. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. My preference on this fly is to not actually wrap my hackle on. I prefer to just take pinches of the hackle and tie it on the underside. So I'm gonna take my vise and I'm gonna flip it upside down. So if you don't have a rotating vise, you can simply take out your hook and flip it upside down. It'll make it easier. I promise you're gonna wanna do this for this portion of the fly. I'm gonna go to my red feather and my white feather that you have in your kit. You should have one of each. I'll start with the white one. I'm gonna take just a small pinch of fibers off the stem. That's way too many. And take a few out of that. And then I'm gonna take about double of red to white ratio. So I've just got a very small pinch of white. I'm gonna put this over in these fingers, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my red feather, and I'm gonna take about twice as many of a pinch from that stem. That's a little bit much too. So I've got my red and my white, and now I'm just gonna set them on top of each other, trying to keep those tips somewhat aligned. So I just kind of take the two together, lay them down, and I pinch them together. So now what I'm left with is just here. So that might be a little easier to see. This is what we would call the throat of the fly. So we're not trying to overdo it, but we're trying to give, I guess it would be the imitation of gills or something like that. As long as those tips are generally aligned, that's all we're looking for. Now, when I'm gauging how far I want to tie these in, they can reach back as far as the hook bend, or as shallow as the point of the hook. So somewhere in between is great. When I go to tie these in, I need to switch hands, and I'm gonna keep them kind of tipped upwards. And I'm gonna pinch them with this hand. And I'm gonna get a gathering wrap here. And I wanna tie them right on the underside of that eye. So it'd be the top side to you. Take a couple wraps. I can always swing the butts around to try to help make them stand. Best thing to do is take your hands off. Perfect, I can see they're laying right under that fly. So now I'm just gonna come in here. I'm gonna take a couple more thread wraps forward just to make sure they're secure. And then I just gotta trim out those butt ends. Do your best to clean that up before we move on to the next parts of the fly. You can use your scissors the best you can, get in there. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff, so I like to use my cautery tool. If you don't have one, this is such a great tool to find. Most fly shops will carry them. They've got fly tying material. And if not, I think it's Hairline that sells these. Such a great little unique tool to clean up any little feathers that are going awry. Okay, so we've got our throat. We've got everything set. I'm going to flip my vise back around. Really like how that's looking. Again, I'm wearing the worst colored shirt for this fly. It's impossible to see. Now we're going to do our last piece of the puzzle, which is going to be our wings. So now go grab your 2 wings that you've got here. Again, remember, we need them to splay away from each other, just like the tail. So I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to grab the opposing one. And we want them to spread away from each other. I'm going to come in here, match the tips the best that I can. If that marrying is wanting to come apart, just encourage it again to come back together. Sometimes it's a little tough, but I'm going to try to match up those tips. Like so. And then I want them to splay away from each other again as I come down onto the hook itself. And I want these to extend just beyond the back of the hook bend, but not any further than that. I don't want them to be as long as, certainly not as long as the tail of the fly. And once I got them splayed on either side of the hook, like so, I'm gonna tip them down. And now I'm gonna come in here, like I did on the last time tying in the tail, I'm gonna take a nice loose wrap till it secures around, a second loose wrap, and I'm gonna pinch with my fingers and then pull tight. Take a few more wraps to secure and let go. Now look at that, that don't look so bad. Now if you have to make any adjustments with it, you've only got a few wraps on there, so you can always adjust those wings a little bit if you need to get them where you want them to sit. I'm gonna take a few thread wraps down, and now I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna trim out these tag ends as close as I can, but make sure you got that secured before you trim. You do not want those to come out at this point. That would be a serious bummer. Now take some thread wraps right down to the eye. Now we're just creating a bit of a head on this fly with some thread. We're almost there, guys. Sticking with it, I hope. We're gonna come in here and whip finish this fly. 3 or 4 turn whip finish. I'm gonna put some resin on here, so I'm not too worried about any additional knots. Trim out my thread. A little bit of resina, and we were almost there. Looks not too half bad. Now I just want the smallest touch. I'm using my UV bone dry just on the thread wraps. Resina doing her dance for me. Little cure, 3 to 4 seconds. And there you have it, guys. Parmacheene Belle. Not so bad. Not so bad.
Oh,
Just like that, folks.
Mind blown.
Stressful fly.
Oh, that's your best one yet, Tim.
Thanks, buddy.
Those,
Good.
that's a marriage of 45 years. The kids are growing up, grandchildren,
Grandchildren.
and there's so many good things about that fly.
Yeah, they're off to university.
They're off to university, and the Hepworth Parmacheene Belle name is flourishing in the world as we know it.
Beautiful. Love it.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully that went good for you guys too.
Actually, I'm going to give this a rip this summer.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I want to try
I mean,
it. Why not?
like, why would we ever fish it? It takes 40 hours to tie.
I know. I want to put it in a box and just
It'll
like
end up in Cam's neck or the tree somewhere.
Don't let Troy fish it.
You should frame that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have a frame for that.
Yeah.
And we're going to add that to the Flyingo prize. Because those are
like
kind
it.
of things that you want to hang on to, folks. And you could say, that's the fly that was tied on TNL, Season 7, Episode 4. And we
Just
got
like
some
that.
more. These guys,
Can you talk for like 30 seconds?
I can do a lot of things that you can do. But better, folks. Well, you've already, man, I've filled your boots today. 8:24. We haven't even played Flyingo, but make sure you head over, get your Flyingo cards. www.flyfishingbowriver.com/TNLS7. Also, make sure you head over to fishpondusa.com/TNL. That lets Fishpond know that you guys love them as much as we do, because that's super important. If you guys are into drift boats, which, I mean, we're fishermen, so we are, just know that Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters rocks all hide drift boats. And this summer, I would like to let you know that 7 of the 8 drift boats that are going to be touching the Bow River are going to be luxurious XL plus 1 skiff. Beautiful boats that Hyde has customized each and every one of those for us. Sea deck, colors, configurations, layout. If you haven't fished in a Hyde, well, you're missing out. All right. So I highly encourage you to check out Hyde Drift Boats. Check out their website. Go through some of their used boats. And also want to let you know, if you're in the Calgary area, well, the Boat and Sportsman Show. Okay, we're going to be there with Hyde at their booth. So make sure you come on down to the Calgary show and check it out. Come say hi, come see us. We'll give you some swag. Maybe by then the TNL, the Flyingo prizes won't be won. So we'll have some things to give away because nobody wants to win them. And also remember that IF4 is coming to Olds on March 22nd at noon. Same place, same time. It's at noon. There is no pancake breakfast this year. We're done. We're done with that servitude of that area in the Olds, Alberta. And after the show, let's get the sour. Nope, we got a plan here, Tim. Nope, it's the bottom 2. The bottom 2 are the next 2 beers that we're going to be trying. And I have 4. We do the Fly Film Festival, the last true festival on the planet. I'm just trying to BS as we go through, waiting for Tim to take a piss and all the stuff. So
I don't know which ones you're talking. There's 4 on the bottom.
the bottom 2 on the right. That's what I meant. I forgot to add right. Right, Tim? When we forget one word in the story, it goes a little south. All right. Well, we might as well. Why is it so dark, you guys?
No, but
I can't even see. Oh, there we are. Yeah.
we're still there. We're still visible.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Beer.
we're sharing.
Next beer. Yeah,
all right.
we're okay. We're good with sherry. Sherry's.
Yeah,
I just
you
want to
guys
add.
shares.
I just want to add with the
Ooh, 6.
It's
With the-
Beer Authority. Join Dana and Tim as they sip, savor, and sometimes suffer through craft beer adventures.
All right. Add what you need.
Okay, I'm going to be real quick here. So with the Fly Fishing Bow River and the Hyde super extravaganza experience you're going to get. Cam was coming to the couch tonight, and I said, you know what? We're going to give you the full American plan when you come into the couch tonight. So we've got what you get on the boat every day, every time you book a trip with Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters. It's not the beer. It's not the beer.
Not the beer.
No, but you know what? It's snack extravaganza. So that's all I wanted to add to that. You might have saw earlier while we were kind of just pulling stuff out here. This is chips, dip, cheesies,
Let's see if I can get
cheese.
that
To our
brighter.
American friends.
You know, this is the American plan right here.
Hawkins Cheesies.
So Hawkins
the
cheesies
only reason your fingers ever get orange and happy.
and the real cheesies.
And the real cheesies.
This ain't no Cheetos.
No, there's not Cheetos.
There's no
real
cheetah
crunch.
here.
We should-
This
we should-
is
well, it's like ASMR.
oh yeah. So, anyways, we're having a little fun here on the Hyde Drift Boat FFBR Thursday Night Live Fly Tying Couch, and enjoying what the trip gives you every time you go out to come fish with us.
And what he wanted to tell you guys was he got a brand new drift boat this year.
That's right.
Oh, that's gonna be that's.
Ronin style.
I can't wait to get that in the water because it was like straight from the showroom to the storage.
Yeah.
Straight to the garage.
And it's just waiting to come out.
It's Beer Authority. Join Dana and Tim as they sip, savor, and sometimes suffer through craft beer adventures.
All right, folks, we're going to try a new beer here. It's dark on the couch. You guys are getting in the mood for beer.
Yes.
Hawkins are my crack. I'll crush a bag on the way
Yep,
to the river.
yep.
And
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
these are also known as Summit Cheesies. All right, if you've ever climbed with us, which only a couple here, Mike and Tim.
Are you there?
Actually, hold on a second.
Hello?
When you look at
Hello. Oh, there I am. I'm back.
Hey guys, we let Tim come back.
okay, like if you have a quick look at the beer or the monster on the front of the beer can, hold the cheesy up to it.
Oh,
That's a
it is a
cheesy
cheesy
arm.
arms.
Jeez.
Those are cheesy arms.
Yeah,
well
those are
played.
totally cheesy arms. Like he's
It's a good segue.
That is
So
a big
this
cheesy.
is from
That's
New
a big
Level
cheesy.
Brewing in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It's not going to be hoppy because it's a sour beer. It's a bold and tart sour ale with a zesty punch of orange. Bright citrus acidity is balanced by a light malt backbone, making it fun and refreshing choice for sour beer lovers,
Lavlers.
and ultimately it has a good mouthfeel.
Oh man. Back to the mouthfeels.
That's
I just made that up for you, Cam.
that's late night on the river. It smells like a mimosa.
Oh wow, it looks like super dehydrated urine. True.
Very fruity looking.
That's like the liquid.
I see how it is.
Nope.
That's like liquid
Hey.
sour candies that
no,
we
no.
love on the river right there.
No. What used to be in the mall? Used to go there. Orange
It used to
Julius.
be
Orange
in the-
Julius,
oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still in the
tastes like an
mall.
Orange Julius.
You not been to the mall
That is
for a while?
Orange Julius with booze.
You not been to the mall for a while because
No,
it's still there.
I don't.
Smells
go.
really good.
All right,
Taste
folks,
something else.
we're gonna give it a
try
try. The laser, we're gonna play Flyingo after this,
Yeah.
but the laser minnow is gonna go snippety dippity doo.
Oh my gosh.
Did you love it?
No.
That is like a creamsicle. Go for it.
That it's Orange Julius.
That's got August patio actually written all over it.
That has heartburn written all over it.
Oh my word.
Oh, that's good.
That's dangerous.
That is good.
Oh, it matches your hair.
Yes, it does, Deborah.
Yeah.
There's undertones.
Oh,
I don't know if that's like you're not doing 3 or 4 of those though. I don't
No.
think.
10
No.
or 12.
Dude, I'm like here. I've had 2 sips. You're good.
Cam's not into
Oh,
it.
that's
It's
so
not, it's
good.
not PBR.
It's not PBR.
Well,
I think it pairs well with cheesies.
It does. Can I get another one of them cheesies?
I was like, wait, right arm. Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a corner cheesy.
That's a corner.
How's the music choice today,
The cat will get
folks?
it.
You love it just as much as I do?
Music's been dynamite tonight.
I thought so too. Okay. What I'm noticing here is that there's one heart. There's one heart, guys. The show tonight has one heart. That's how much everyone's telling us they don't love it.
That's really sad.
Yeah, I would like to see a lot of hearts up there. Maybe we just sit here and drink our orange zesty.
Creams. Well, you gotta read
Oh,
the can.
Aaron just gave us a heart. We appreciate that, Aaron.
Tim, you like so when you read the new level on the can, orange creamsicle soup.
Sour, not soup.
Oh.
It's like a combination between a sour candy and like
Yeah.
a peach fuzzy or something. Like,
No,
what do
they
call
have
those?
a peach sour.
Do they?
I think I got it for you. But that's fantastic, guys.
Oh, I don't know.
It is. It's Sour Patch Kids in a can.
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
No.
Wow.
5.
I didn't expect anything less from you coming from.
It's a
like
5. It's an all-day 5 for me.
Really? I'm like at
I'll give it a 4.
I'm like at a 2.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why you're.
That's like brushing your teeth and drinking orange juice.
Oh, that was good.
It's fair.
That's like fluoride treatment at the
Fair.
dentist.
I mean, like, that's without the paste
Tim's
stuff on
giving
your
it
teeth.
5. 26-inch brown
There you go.
trout, toilet bowling, a hopper, and you don't miss the hook set, Cam.
Yep.
Legendary, the kind of beer dreams are made of. It's interesting, though, because in the category it's in, like, I wouldn't be like, man, that's a good beer, but that is a fantastic drink.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
a good drink. Yes, I would say it was a good drink.
All right, we're up to 9. We got 8 hearts out of that. I'd like to see some more.
I need
maybe
the can. It's got to go on the
45.
wall.
Do you think if
Yeah.
it went in a blender, made
Tim's-
into a squishy, that would be better?
Tim's making his top charts up here, and he
needs
has
floaties.
Get Lucky from Born Brewing. Oh, you moved it. All right, so this is how he does it. And
What was
number
that?
one, a new number
gonna be
one
my
for
top
Tim
3.
is this. And
It's a 2 for me.
That's a 2 for me.
are you serious?
What is wrong with you people?
What is on the couch?
Your palate is broken.
Well, yeah, I
Absolute
know.
manure. You
I
guys,
the problem Never
you
mind.
guys are what Godzilla left on the race tonight.
the green
Slime.
carpet skids.
Slime, something of that sort. What are we? Episode 5?
4.
4. All right, folks, we're going to play some Flyingo, so get your fancy pants, get your cards out. If you
Fancy
don't
pants.
have a card, grab a card. And let's head over to the Fish Pond Flyingo.
Flyingo.
Flyingo from the Fish Pond. Our friends at fishpondusa.com/TNL have graciously donated each and every single week to this amazing pot of things. And you guys are... we'll see the first couch eviction this season. Well, having said that, everybody is allowed to have their own opinion. As long as it's the same as ours.
Yeah, right? It's got to be at least close.
Yeah.
Not 5 and 4 and
All right,
2.
we're up to 12 hearts. We are at 12 hearts. Guys, come on. You got to love it a little more than that. You got voted off the couch. Might never come back, but the boys got their own Flyingos out ready to play. Tim, do you have one?
I just got mine. I've never played once, guys. This is exciting for me.
I can
Unfortunately,
only play one card.
I can't win, but I'm going to play.
I have too much going on to play with you guys. But Ken, there's a high chance you won't win again. So any line, one line, bottom top, around the corner, whatever it is, whatever you need to do, just make sure that it is one solid line. And when you do win and you throw your hands up in the air, right? You cheer because you just don't care. I need you to write down bingo,
Bingo.
call 5, or call 4, whatever the call number is that gives you the bingo, and then your ID number so that we can throw it into our system here. And we do have a tiebreaker because sometimes there is ties. Remember when we did Blackout? That was
That was epic.
Oh, that was a
was
long...
that was epic.
never,
yeah, never again.
Oh, one more.
Okay,
Those days
so
are gone.
you need 6, right? So is it just 4?
That's what I got. Yeah.
Lord.
Huh. All right.
Come on, Marabou.
Next call is Parachute Madam X, the Top Shelf Hopper, the Poacher, which we've tied, the Grumpy, Green Drake, the Sulphur Soft Hackle, and the Dancing Ricky Stone, which is next week, the Parachute Madam X, which is also next week. Wow,
good
premonition.
Good flies next week.
There's always a bit of a delay, so we wait. We await the comments to come in to see if you won the Fishpond Flyingo.
Did you guys finish that beer over there, or you just set it on the table?
It's just chilling. You want it?
Oh, give it to me.
It's yours,
Does he
man.
want
That's
it?
all you.
Does he want it?
You took like 3 sips out of that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we saved it for you.
You want some, Dane?
Maybe. Oh, John Lauren got bingo.
No.
No way.
Oh, there it is.
No way.
I suck at this game.
Nice work,
throw it
John.
in the new can drawer.
Let's make sure.
John.
49.
Call 49. Bingo call
Card
6.
49.
So bad.
Well,
if it's
I should say
69.
that he doesn't win because he didn't put it all in the same line, but
Does he have a bingo? Or
there
does
is
he have a Captain
a
Clutch?
hole on the river named after John.
There is. He didn't catch anything out of it, but
Well,
his girlfriend did.
He caught. He
he didn't
He
land.
hooked.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Land is a different thing for my friend John. And I didn't grow these guns from not rowing John back up there 10 times. Oh, it's Tori's card. That's why. Obviously,
Doesn't
she's,
count.
she's the lucky one.
No
She
counting.
catches
No
the
counting.
fish.
Yeah, winner,
That's a
winner,
good
chicken
point.
dinner.
Heck yeah, Tori.
All right, bingo card 49.
I'm still waiting for the circle.
Call number 6.
It's funny because every
right.
year that I do get a card, it's always the same number.
It's more or less.
It's
the
always
same.
card 70.
It's broken.
Wait, 'cause
It's fixed. Fly Trout, you had
went
a
after
chance.
69. That's
There it is,
There
right
it is.
down the pipe.
Oh,
We've
look at that.
oh.
Boom.
got a winner. And
Now
because this is such an amazing show, and you guys want to see if Tori is going to make it through the door. John, you didn't get a Captain Clutch, I believe.
Oh, here we
Correct
go.
me if I'm wrong. Before I set up the infamous Doors of Doom. We got a little
know
something
better.
different today because I'm not going to be there.
time for
Yeah,
voice.
'cause I get made fun of all the time for fixing it.
Oh.
Fixing the show because I'm there, all the weird things.
You give hints and everything.
Anyways, while we wait for John.
That's good, Ron.
Never lose hope. Big man, keep on coaching. All right, folks, we're going to pop down to the sponsors and say thank you for the awesomeness that you guys are for us. Hey, he doesn't have one. Love life.
Sucks.
Innovation is in our DNA here at Fishpond, and this year we're raising the bar. From the brand new Storm Shadow line with industry first weather resistance to new Nomad net models crafted for any application. Built for every mile, the entire line is crafted for the rugged demands of adventure travel to the ease of everyday angling. Head on over to fishpondusa.com to find a dealer near you.
Times and places are all in who you share 'em with, and it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with. Joy is who you share it with. And the weeks and the weekends are keeping close who you spend them with. And in time, what you find is the time.
There's a time and a place, and you guys are neither of those. Hopefully, all the good things come to an end tonight with our friend John absolutely devastated. That's right, it's me, the wizard. That's right, folks. It's the wizard! I'm not effing around this time, John.
That's really creepy. Look at that, eh? What's it doing? It's looking. Oh, the eyebrows. Oh my god.
All right, folks. I just want to know, John. Can you beat the wizard, or are you afraid? I don't know, John. Is it door number 8? Or door number 7?
I wouldn't
Maybe
pick
none of
either
the
of
above.
those.
We don't even know. Oh, my kids watch. Sorry, Adrian. But John, you must make a choice. The choice must be yours.
The wizard looks
door
like
number 4. He picked door number 4. How can
you
I
know it's
live
not
with
4.
myself? That's the door over there. Up,
Oh no.
up, up, up. That's that one, John. Was that the door 4?
Oh no.
See, I I'm starting to get really pissed off at everybody because they think I am so lazy I never change my doors. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways.
The wizard looks like if he was a character on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, well, what the Tim?
It's true!
Okay, John, your final answer, number 4. We're gonna show you what
Devastation.
devastation looks like.
Donkey? That's a nice boulder.
Yeah, I rode in here on my donkey, okay, Tim?
Okay. That's actually impressive.
Well, I do what I do.
My voice doesn't work for that.
That's the winky wonky donkey.
That's a wonky donkey.
I think why it's impressive is because John picked number 4. Guys, look at me. My new costume is amazing.
It is. It's very wrinkly.
Oh,
It's very split.
oh my goodness. All right, well,
Let's see it.
since I haven't heard back from John, we're going to open door number 4. It's this one over here.
It's probably a 2019 float.
He's already got one of those over here. That's 4. Is that the 4? All right. Serious focus. Focus up, folks. I'm taking ass.
Focus.
It sounds like an ass.
Not everybody rides a donkey to work. I do. I got one day a week to show up and make hay when the sun don't shine.
Oh, it
All right,
don't
here we go. Door number 4, opening now. Boom, 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 boom. Can we get a drum roll? Do I have a drum roll? Oh, that's not the drum roll.
Well, I'm trying.
Close the door. Close the door.
I don't have a drum
That's
roll.
a symbol.
Yeah, well, anyways, it's
That's
a
a
sign.
hi-hat.
It's a symbol of John's destination.
Destination.
Let's see.
Door number 4.
The
Nope, nope,
Oh,
nope.
it's so fun to be a wizard. I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. How did I make my eyebrows do that?
I don't know.
awesome.
Oh, there they go.
There they go.
Oh,
It's so creepy.
it's so bad. I just never know what to do anymore. But at the
John,
end of the day,
can you show him?
you preyed on my weakness of laziness.
Didn't buy a clutch.
We're going to 3.
Can Sean Ellison pick door number 2? Ah, Sean, it's not that door. But
5.
because I promised you guys each and every week I would show you what the winning door is so you don't think it's fixed.
There it is. Number 9.
Door number 9 was the winner this week, and I believe there was a few other prizes I had hidden behind all the other doors, but not door number 4, John. Yeah, set the hook.
Set the.
Alright, where do we go from here?
Scooter.
Ooh,
The cam.
let's get rid of those voices.
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
That's better.
That's fantastic. So, anyways,
Bacon cam.
how did it go? Had to go pee.
That was great.
How
The
did
wizard
John do?
The wizard. He didn't do
Did
well.
do well.
No, he
No.
thought you were lazy and didn't change the door. So,
What do you mean, me?
well, you know the
Nothing
wizard.
to do with this game.
Yeah, you have nothing to do with the creation of the wizard. There's very few
Nothing
things I can
at
say I
all.
had nothing to do with, but that is one of them.
Nothing at all, Tim. All right, so Black Steak Bakery, guys, go over there, Instagram, check it out, follow along because next week, starting Friday, you get your pre-orders. And this, my friends, is sitting right behind us.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Tim's Fly because...
Oh, the powdering.
That's the brown stuff.
That's
That's the Brazilian.
yeah,
That's right.
that's the cocoa powder.
Cocoa.
It's almost
Cacao.
done. It's almost ready for
Cacao.
tasting.
It is ready.
It
for
is.
tasting.
ready for tasting. And because...
Ooh, what did it get cut into?
I will tantalize.
What is this even called?
Nope.
That's not what we're tying.
Nope.
Why don't you get better, Tim?
Well, I will get better. Let's get this one out of the vise and show you what we're actually tying. We are tying up the laser minnow. Now, if you thought the other one was hard, this one won't be at all. This is a nice, easy pattern. Effective, easy pattern with not a lot of stuff to do on it. A couple of materials and some eyes. Gonna be super simple in comparison to the last one. So this one isn't gonna take us long. Let's go ahead and get right at it. So let's pop that hook out of the vise. We'll get our next one in.
Tim, should I tell everybody some about it?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Because you forgot.
I thought you'd never ask.
Get at it.
It's all about you.
Yeah.
I forgot. Anyways, over here, folks. Over here. Hang on. Let me just fast forward this about there. All right. So, quite simply, the fly that you never thought you would tie.
Hey, Dana. You again.
Oh, it's this guy.
It's like you're
always
everywhere. It's like you're the mayor of Trout Town or something. But
Definitely
you're
not the mayor.
Because Mr. Dickhouse, the Mary,
That's
the Barry,
Mr. Barry Dickow.
Barry Dickhouse, the mayor of Trout. TNL. Maybe you are the mayor of Trout Town or something. But hey,
not
what
trying
you
to
doing here, buddy?
Sketchy, you're the one that seems to be popping up in all of my segments. What's going on this time?
Well, that's funny you should ask, because I heard you were talking about the laser minnow tonight. So I thought I'd get ahead of the game, check it out. You know, the state
you can
of
read
the
again.
art
You're
fishing
genius.
technology.
Oh, well, I've got to hand it to you, Sketchy. That's the creative side of you, but the laser minnow is way more advanced than that. It's a flashy baitfish pattern that predatory fish just can't resist.
Flashy, you say? Like bowling for fish? Are we talking about shiny enough to blind a trout?
Well, close, Sketchy, but, you know, the laser minnow is designed to mimic the shimmer and the movement of the baitfish in the water, and it's deadly in both fresh and salt water.
Wait a minute. Freshwater.
Yep.
And salt water. What are you telling me, Dana? It's some kind of secret universal fly?
Yeah, you could say that, Sketch. It is versatile, and well, it is very effective, and it's perfect for trout, bass, and even saltwater species like snook and redfish. So, I mean, what else could you ask for?
Say it's like, I'm the superhero of flies. Next thing you'll tell me is laser beams.
No.
I thought I was onto something
Don't
here.
think it has laser beams. Don't worry, Sketch. Your tinfoil idea and your hat is unique, but if you want to up your fishing game, then you're going to let Tim show you how to tie it, and I'm going to show you why it works.
Lead the way, Captain Buggy.
All right, buddy.
Ready for the big leagues
Well,
now.
always appreciate when you show up because, hey, you're Mr. Sketchy, and you're always here to harass us and show us a good time. But yes, the truth is, this is the laser minnow, and the history is not quite anything like the Parmacheene Belle. It's just simply a modern baitfish imitation. It's kind of become a go-to pattern for a lot of anglers. Like I said before, to Sketchy, when he was concerned about what the fly was for, is a little bit of salt water, maybe some tarpon, maybe some snook, maybe some redfish, maybe some trout, some bass, some pike, some walleye. This is just a phenomenal baitfish pattern with the flashy little synthetic fibers. It sheds water quickly when you cast, which always helps. And the laser minnow has gained a lot of popularity in both freshwater and saltwater, where it is known for this aggressive reaction strikes. Because why? Because that's what fish do when they're eating bait fish, as we've talked about before. So a very simple pattern to tie. And quite honestly, maybe this fly kind of was a bit of a send-off from the clouser minnow or the Deceiver, a couple of flies that we've already tied this year. Also, you can look at the Zonker, a traditional minnow pattern that utilizes rabbit strips for movement, where we're going to be using marabou here. So similar, but a little different. A lot of these modern type flies use very simple materials, and that's what we're going to see here in this laser minnow pattern. So the next slide up here is a little bit of the entomology of it. So, you know, it can resemble a lot of things. If I don't slide right past this slide here, we're going to hold tight right about now. Okay, so juvenile trout, shiners, sculpins, schmelts, and minnows, saltwater baitfish. The laser minnow is effective when fish are actively feeding on baitfish schools or times of low light. That's when the big fish like to come out and play, is when they feel a little more safe, or we've talked about this before, but the word vulnerable comes up. So they can't quite see the bait fish as well. So this flashy fly helps the fish to see in dark or muddy waters, like we've expressed in the past with such flies as the egg-sucking leech. How would you fish this fly? Well, you could do it a number of ways, kind of like the last several flies we talked about: swing and strip, retrieve, twitch and pause, so fish the fly. Okay, just don't cast it and bring it back to the boat. A huge tip for fishing streamers are how you fish the fly. Also got to know what streamer pattern you're fishing. So there's flies with weight, there's flies with no weight. Okay, so maybe you're adding weight with your sink tip. What was that drunken disorderly we tied up a few years ago? It doesn't move until you strip it, and then it dives down. So it's actually a really hard fly to fish. But that's why I encourage you guys to learn about the fly, the pattern, and the movement that it's supposed to replicate, and kind of the conditions as to which to fish in it. So this fly is tied unweighted. So maybe it is in a little bit slower water. Maybe you put some dumbbell eyes on it and you get a little kinky with that, and try some stuff like that. Or maybe ultimately, like every fly this year, you tie a giant indicator on top of it and just let it float down the river and surprise yourself. So the laser minnow, more flash, more visibility, as we discussed earlier, the versatility of the saltwater and the freshwater. And probably one of the most fun parts about this fly is minimal material, maximum action. And the ability to shed water really quick when you cast is also super handy. If anybody in here's fished a lot of streamers, they do know that really helps save the arm throughout the day. Finally, the pro tip: the laser minnow is proof that sometimes flash is key when trying to get predatory strikes. Whether you're swinging it for trout, stripping it for bass, or jigging it for saltwater species, this fly has become a modern essential in all anglers' fly boxes. If you love fishing streamers and you want a high action, easy to tie fly that just simply works, well, the laser minnow is the one that you can't afford to leave behind. And with that said, we're going to tie this fly. Tim's going to tie this fly, and we're going to eat some cheesies. So best of luck, folks. This is one you should tie along with because it's very easy and simple. And that's how it goes down.
All right, folks, let's get at it. This one's going to be pretty quick and easy. No, not too many materials in this one, and it's just a really fun, easy tie. And I think that's why it's an attractive pattern for people to tie, because of its ease of tying. And you can just whip a whole bunch of these up in no time. We're going to start off with our UTC 140 in black. I'm going to start this thread slightly behind the eye, working my thread back down, covering up that base, trim out that tag end, and we're going to take this thread all the way back just into the bend. We want that to sit right up on top of the bend at the end. I'm take a few extra thread wraps there just for that marabou to bind onto something when we first tie in the tail. Now the first thing you're going to do is grab your first material, and there's only 2, 3 if you include the eyes, but there's not a whole lot in this one. Grab your marabou like so. I'm going to come down to the tip, and like we did on the last couple bugger patterns, we are going to get rid of these very fine tips with our scissors. And I don't mean cut, I mean we're gonna tear them off. So when I come down and I expose just those very tips, we wanna get rid of the fine ones because underneath that is the nice fluff that we wanna use. So I'm just gonna place my scissors against that material, push my thumb against it, and tear. And we're gonna tear them off roughly flat. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is all a very malleable and movable material in the water. So now when I come down, add a little moisture with my fingers, kind of helps stack this material up so I can get a good measurement. When I bring this down like so, I'm gonna measure myself a tail that's roughly, spin that back, a full hook shank in length, maybe even a touch more. I'm gonna set that measurement at the back of the hook. I'm gonna switch my hands over. I'm gonna take that first gathering wrap, taking a couple of tight wraps here now, all while pinching on the top with my fingers. What I don't want is that marabou to be able to move around the hook shank. If it has, I need to come back up here and make sure that it's centered up on top of the hook shank itself. Excuse me, I got marabou in my mouth. And that it doesn't spin around at all, because that's something marabou likes to do. And then I just lift up with my bobbin hand. I'm gonna lift up with my other fingers, and I'm gonna take some nice open spiral wraps forward. Just like so. And I don't wanna cut this off right at the eye because I need to leave a little bit of space there. I cut back just a little further than that. And I'm gonna come in here and secure those butt ends down with some thread wraps. Once I got that all nice and secure, we're gonna be putting material over top of all of that, so I'm not overly worried, but I wanna make sure I have thread wraps right back to the back of that hook barb, roughly somewhere in there. Once this dries, this will be nice and fluffy at the back end here as well. And now we're gonna go into our next material and our second material and last material, which is this synthetic chenille type material. It's not quite like cactus chenille because instead of being fully encompassing around the center rope, it's just on the sides of it. And we're gonna palmer this forward as we go. Now we're doing this in black and purple, but obviously there's so many different color combinations you could do with this. I'm gonna come in here and strip off some of those fibers to expose that white rope that's on the middle. There's two little pieces of that rope that holds that in place. I'm gonna tie that in here on the near side of the fly, meaning towards myself. Secure it, make sure I wrap it right back to the edge of that marabou, and then secure that rope down so that it's not gonna go anywhere on me. And then I'm just gonna open spiral my thread forward, and I'm gonna finish with my thread just above where the eye turns down. So I don't wanna be adding any material up there where the eye turns down on this hook. Throw in a quick little half hitch, just a single overhand granny knot, nothing complicated there. I'm just gonna do that so I can set my bobbin out of the way. I like to use both hands when I'm wrapping this forward, and you'll see why here, because I want to encourage these fibers rearward with every wrap, meaning I'm pulling back on them so I don't have fibers pointed forward. I want them all to wrap rearward. So I'm gonna start wrapping. It doesn't matter which direction, you decide, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm gonna start to wrap right at where I left that marabou, but on every single wrap that's touching on the way forward, I just wanna make sure that I'm pulling rearward on that material and stacking that synthetic material right up against itself all the way back. This gives it a really nice buggy appearance. Ooh, that is a dark looking beer. Next one's dark, folks. All the way forward, and you can see how when I wrap, these fibers are wanting to point forward, so again, I'm grabbing them, pulling them rearward, so that the following wrap does not stack on top of them. All the way forward, we're gonna continue to do the same thing. That's just giving us a ton of material and just that overall bulk to this fly. We're gonna do this right up to where I left my thread, leaving just that little bit of space behind the eye. I just don't wanna go beyond where the eye turns down. So I'm probably gonna get one more wrap in here, and then I'm gonna finish with it vertical. Bring my thread back here. Again, thread wrap behind to secure, pulling it rearward, thread wrap in front. Do that again, behind the material, pull
Quick
it back.
question here.
Yeah.
Just as you're securing in that chenille, can you add a tungsten bead or cone head to the laser minnow?
Absolutely. It's super versatile, guys. Coming from the saltwater world, this pattern is often fished on an intermediate tip or often not fished in super deep water. So you're not super worried about it getting down, but a bead is not going to hurt this, especially if you're fishing this for trout and you want to put a tungsten bead or a brass bead or something like that, or even a set of dumbbell eyes like Dana said. If I were to do dumbbell eyes, I'd put them on the bottom here and I would wrap this chenille material around them in a figure 8, and that's how I would finish the fly. You wouldn't have to add eyes that way like we're going to do here shortly. So it's very versatile. You pick how you play this, but we're tying kind of the original pattern, which is unweighted in the saltwater world. But yeah, great question, and hopefully that answers it for you. I'll come in here and trim out the tag end of the chenille. And now at this point, I basically just want to try to pull all the material back that I can, and I'm going to lay a nice thread base down up against it and forward to the eye, just creating a nice little ramp that my eyes are going to kind of be up against here. And if I have any little pieces of anything pointed forward, like I can see here, I'm just going to come in and trim them out, get them out of the way. And from this point, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to whip finish this fly. And then we'll get on to putting in our eyes. 3 or 4 turn whip finish. I'm only going to do 1 because I am going to add quite a bit of resin. We'll get that thread out of there. Now, the cool thing about the synthetic is some people like to shape the fly a little differently. So you could come in here and you could trim, you could trim it to how you want it. If you wanted a little bit of an angle to the head, you could just trim away a little bit of this. You'd have more of a tapered head, or you leave it like this, a little bulkier head, and it's gonna move a little bit more water. It's totally up to you how you wanna do it. I don't mind trimming just a little bit off the sides because that is where I'm gonna place my eyes. And it's nice to have a little bit of a flat surface, but it's not essential to do that either. You still could get your eyes on there. I just find that it helps just a little bit.
Could you
to create that flat spot.
take your cauterizer and just kind of burn out a little spot? Because
you could too, for sure.
It might make a little hard spot.
The one thing about synthetic materials and the cauterizer is sometimes you might find flame. I don't think this one would do it. No, this will just smoke. But sometimes you got to be careful with synthetics because all of a sudden you'll just have a little ball of flame. So got to be a little careful about that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here with, I'm going to turn my vise sideways. If you can do this, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too if you have to leave it this way. But for me, it's a little easier for getting these eyes secured if I have my vise sideways. Now, you have a whole bunch of these eyes in your kit. Okay, so these eyes, they got a little plastic film on top. I'm just gonna peel that off, and then you get access to the eyes that are below. And we're gonna grab, what I like to do is I like to take off of there, I'll just take 2 of the eyes and stick them on my palm or on the side of my hand so that I know where they are as I'm working with them, and then I can set the patch aside. And it just kind of allows me to always know where they are.
Just before you put these on, I think I just totally want to interrupt you.
Go ahead. I don't mind an interruption.
Because...
Oh. What is that? Oh.
I think there's no greater time than...
The present.
I don't want to be double cameras here, but because I didn't prepare for this, I think we can just go over here and go boom, everybody in the house. Tim.
Got one for me? Oh. Thank you, sir. Oh, what is it's heavy. It's got some
oomph to it.
It's got some oomph.
This is like a Nanaimo bar on steroids.
Oh, I can smell the coffee.
Wait.
That is some.
So we're drinking the
fantasticness.
Stout from 88 Brewing. Weirdly having to lick my fingers.
Can I like the cream on? That sounds bad.
Did Megan tell us what this is? Like, what is it exactly?
It's a tiramisu brownie.
Oh, man.
That's what it is.
And as Aaron goes at it, I'm afraid,
It's
folks,
gonna go you're gonna have a
with a beard.
Matthew. We're gonna have problems here.
But that's why.
Just go for it, man.
You're gonna
Hi.
have soldiers in that beard.
We got eyes to put on the laser minnow. If you guys haven't checked out Black Steak Bakery, you got to do it. Instagram is your best, easiest way.
Oh my god.
Message Maggie and say, what those guys got, I want.
Beer first or dessert first?
Well, I try the beer, the 88 Brewing Stout, and they don't make it anymore, so it's why I'm just like.
Might go with the
No.
Is it off?
So if they give it a 1, do we get to kick
Yeah,
them off?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Exactly. If we go 4, so
This
they
could be
go
a
1,
10.
do they kick? Are they
You guys
gone?
should use your
They're
microphones.
Oh, man.
Can you do me a favor and pass me that so I get the stuff out of my beard so I can taste the beer?
So as I was
that's
saying,
like-
if they go 1 and we go 4, are they kicked off?
No.
Is it?
You can't get rid of
I
us.
can't work the computer and you can't try as well. So.
Not true.
They
He's
know
a
their
great
role.
tire.
We'll find out in 4 weeks who
Well,
can tie.
Okay.
This tiramisu is, I guarantee you, a lot
We
better
can
than that
find
beer.
out. We can find out who can run the computer too, Cam.
We're watching YouTube and
Guys, I'm going down on the tiramisu.
yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
my
try the
goodness.
Stout. I gotta try the beer, but we only had one because it's slightly outdated. So Tim's not a fan, so I'm gonna drink his. We'll give you an honest review here.
Oh, it's in my beard.
It's you. You have a beard.
My goatee, okay? That's all I can grow.
Are you good?
Well, I don't want that.
I think that beer's been in the back of the fridge since the 2019 float.
Wow.
It comes with the 2019 float.
Maggie, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
It smells good. It's chocolatey and nutty.
The mousse and the like coffee flavor mix is like.
I like when you do your beer sommelier.
Dude,
It's not bad.
that's a freaking 5.
Yeah,
You gotta be kidding me.
You know what?
it's not bad, and it matches well with this.
It's chocolately.
How dare you?
You heard it from
Compare this to
Dreamcatcher Cam
Maggie's.
right here.
If you can't see through,
Guys, the
yeah.
problem is this is not a one bite.
No, it's not.
There's only one way to get it in.
That is so good.
That's a good stout.
That's
Does Maggie have like any workout plans, like to help us?
No,
Work
she
us
doesn't
off?
care.
Sweetheart.
Although her husband is, an ex-hockey player who's probably still fit as a fiddle, and
Like all ex-hockey players. Sorry.
That's better than Sour Patch
I
Kids.
wasn't
that's
referring to you.
we're
all right, Tim's an ex-basketball player, guys,
Yeah, thin and trim.
and 5'2".
Hey, whoa.
You got to put the eyes on that fly.
I know, I can.
is Tim the Scottie Pippen of the fly tying world?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, that's a good beer.
I know it is, but guys, I forgot to do something.
Oh, what are we doing now?
Gosh, you're killing me, Maggie.
Yeah, this is
Isn't it-
that's a whole breakfast and dinner.
Breakfast.
That's right. The beer's breakfast. That's lunch.
Okay, I got to do it.
Go for it.
Dynamite, Maggie. Dynamite.
You got the whole thing in there?
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Go ahead.
He went for it. That's a full mouthful.
You got only a little bit of morning on the side there.
Save that for that's a facial flavor saver.
Go to commercial.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's so rich.
That was something.
That's something else. It's good, but it's like a lot. That's a lot. It's good though.
I don't know how you're doing this. I got this all over my face, and I don't have your beard.
Well, I can't even talk. I don't know. Is anyone still here?
Yeah, Travis, thank you, brother.
What do you say?
He's like, no, he's the Jordan of flat tire. I love me some Jordan. My favorite basketball
Jordan
player.
Jones.
No. No, don't say that.
All right.
Okay.
Black Steak Bakery, Maggie.
Crushed it.
Oh man,
Nailed
that hint of espresso.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
And I bit my tongue. I bit my lip 4 times during that.
That takes tiramisu to a next level.
Yeah.
It's hard to get the cream in.
I didn't find it hard at all. I just got it in there.
I'm not typing. I should stop.
All right, let's get some eyes on this fly. We're almost done our second fly of the night.
We're over time. It's
We're
K-pop.
overtime. K-pop time. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I like to do this. I'm gonna grab my solarized bone dry. Won't focus. There we go. Solarized bone dry. I like to put a dab of this on the fly, set my eye in it, cure it, and then I'm gonna come back over it. That's just kind of my process with these, and I like it. I'm gonna come in basically against those thread wraps and up against the edge of the material. And then I'm gonna come in here with the eye. Now these eyes are pretty tiny, so they're a little tough to get on there. But if you can, you just brace them, get them close. That one actually went on pretty good, but you can always use your scissor. At this point, I like to get my cure as well as my scissors and just hold down and cure. Now, as you can see, that eye just stuck on there real nice, and I will come back over with some more resin once I get the other one on to make sure that I fill in that gap and it can't go anywhere. Now I'm gonna come in here again with my scissors just to make sure I've got a little bit of a place to put it. Again, you want to try to match the eyes so they're roughly in the same place on both sides. Again, for our own aesthetic, not so much the fish cares. Now I'm gonna come in and get a good drop of resin right on those thread wraps and up against the edge of the material. I'll grab that other eye. And I'm gonna come in and set it on there. I like to use the hook eye itself as a gauge because I knew where I put the last one. Now you can see this one's sitting up on me at the moment, but as soon as I grab my scissors and I get it laid down, I'm gonna hit it with the curing light.
Ooh, it's not on it's not on there yet.
Oh, it's
Back it up. I can see. I can see.
What's that?
Yeah, it probably fell off from your belly.
See?
Yeah, that one's looking for you. and looking at you at
Oh,
the
you're
same
just
time.
gonna make it until you break it.
And now I'm gonna come in here with my resin and my light. Don't flash your light while your bottle's open. You'll wreck your whole bottle. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna lay some more resin.
Oh, I love After Hours. K-pop rocks, and we do K-pop until we drop.
I'm gonna cure that underside. I'm gonna do one more on the top side to fill in the gap between the eyes. Put a drop in there, cure. And now that head's gonna be fairly indestructible. The problem with these, especially if you're fishing them with a toothy critter, the first thing to go is the eyes. So if you can get them locked in there with some good UV resin,
Frick's sakes, I'm slacking here.
just like that.
Oh, let
Rosina.
the music. Let's shh.
Gotta hear this. Look at her go.
Ah, the laser minnow.
Look at it flash.
Oh, yeah. It's not tiramisu brownie, but hey, I'd eat it.
But it's dancing.
Yeah.
And there you go, folks. That is the laser minnow. Hopefully that you found that one a little easier than the last one, but hopefully you got through both tonight. Super fun ties, both of them for different reasons.
Yeah.
But that is the fly.
Question from the coach.
I got a question from the couch on
What's your question?
on this fly.
Yeah,
So you just used the bone dry through the whole thing on that.
I did.
Yeah.
What made you lean that way opposed to maybe using like a thicker resin?
It's a good
or,
question.
on the head?
So,
or
like, if
or
you-
even just a thin instead of just going with the bone dry, which is
Yeah.
really more liquidy.
liquidy.
Why did you choose to go that way?
So to place the eyes, I find it easier because it's malleable, right? You're right. Maybe a better option, like if you look here, you're filling the gap between the eyes. I guess I've just got super comfortable using this stuff, so I know like one drop cure and I'm gonna hit it and it's gonna fill that space. But if you're a little more inexperienced, the thicker the resin, the easier it is because you could like place it in there, let it sift a bit, and then hit it, and it's gonna be a slower action. There's no wrong answer. I think they're both right. So,
There we go.
but great question.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just put a touch of super glue, something like a Zappa Gap, something like this, and they'll just like touch a Zappa Gap and then just set it on there, and that's all they do. They don't even bother with the UV stuff in between. Some people would set it back on the material a little bit. I just find that the material moves quite a bit, so you don't want to risk. I mean, the honest answer is one fish, eyes are gone. One bad cast, bounce off your motor in the back of the boat, it's gone. Like whatever.
And
One
sometimes eyes
Do the
don't
eyes
matter.
matter?
Eyes don't matter to any fish.
In my
never
opinion, they
matter.
don't matter at all. But
There you go.
aesthetically looks nice.
One guide skull, eyes are gone.
Yeah, right.
That's Cam, folks.
Dana doesn't like fishing streamers with me.
He will
gets
blow.
sweaty.
He will blow you up with the streamers.
There it is. She gone. She don't.
She go.
It's so good when it's K-pop time. Every time we go past 9 o'clock, we just go K-pop time.
I don't know why we have to wait till
And
9.
I know. Well,
we can do
that's
like
just kind of
6:30.
that's just kind of how it is. We gotta wait till 9, but you know
Gotta love the Korean K-pop.
you can't win it all.
We should go for a barbecue.
The man himself in the house. Cheers to you. Korean K-pop.
And then there's that.
A little bit of a shift.
Oh well,
We just down geared. Yeah. Oh, good.
we just geared.
That's a good down gear.
It is good. It's great. It's the best kind of down gear,
Yeah.
especially if you get back.
And because K-pop's over,
Time for the wins.
we can take the overtime off.
OT.
At the end of every wonderful thing in life is the end. That's deeper than
That's a deep.
that's deep. If you could just talk closer to your mic, I won't want to punch you in the nuts.
Both are welcome.
There you go. That's my sign language.
That's how he does it. Just tap it in. Just tap.
Tapping.
Tap
Go
it in.
to
Yeah,
your
she's
home.
there.
That was a nut punch.
So we began with a little bit of monster racing, to which Tim kind of went 3 for 4.
3 for 4.
That was impressive.
Looks like Dave Jackson pieced out because he was
Won finally.
he was like the Godzilla. He
Yeah.
also
had to get something
tired
done.
before he didn't have stamina. That's just what we're gonna say.
Longevity was not
That's
his friend.
longevity. Sometimes the show goes a little longer than expected, but expected
Fly tying Viagra.
is
Viagra. There we go.
yeah, the fact that we don't have a schedule. We just have a few things that we do on occasion, and you saw the K-pop. That represents the fact that we've gone overtime, and I actually don't mind this beer, Tim.
It's good.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
It didn't even get rated, did it?
No, we didn't.
Well, just because it was like a one-time.
one.
When I found out it was a one-time beer, I was like,
Was that a one-off?
yeah, I was like, that's unfortunate because
It's good.
if we love it, which we do,
You'll never find it
you never
again.
find it again. So
No,
Makes you love it more.
it's the one that got away.
it's the one that,
It's almost like the old beautiful brewery.
She
She burned down. She gone.
that's right.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like their rice beer.
Oh.
That also got away too from my taste buds.
That was awful.
And that was Old Beautiful, not like 2 weeks ago?
Not last week.
Last week.
What
That was
beer?
last week.
What
That's right.
brewery burned down?
The Old Beautiful. The one that you guys did.
Right,
Last
right
summer.
beside. No, that wasn't Old
Right
Beautiful.
beside Coal Garden. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Old Beautiful burned
No, but that
down.
was a distillery though.
No, Old Beautiful.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, because Cold Garden's right beside Smith.
And you guys drank of that last week
Anyways,
or the week before? Anyways.
I could mute you all. I'm always right.
I'm always right.
The truth is, we did some monster races. We introduced you guys to our friend Baldi Bob. We taught you about some flies, the Parmacheene Belle, the
Was
rich
sketchy.
history of the Parmacheene Belle, and one of the most wonderful things we did tonight was taste the tiramisu brownie from Black Stag Bakery.
Yes.
We had a pretty good hit with our beers at Beer 30. We tied the Laser Minnow pretty quick because that is a very quick tie. If you missed the flies tonight, you can always head over to our YouTube page and check out the quick ties. You can pause them, rewind them, do whatever you want to do. And don't forget, before we close the curtain on episode 4, we'll be back next week with the Dancing Ricky Stone, which should be one of your favorite flies,
Yeah.
and the Parachute Madam X.
Yeah, both good.
And then
great
the week
flies.
after that is for all the people who don't want to tie complicated flies, because it's kind of a couple like bead-headed Perdigon Euro Nymphian flies. And but yeah, we're here for every Thursday for the next, I don't know,
A few more weeks.
8-9 weeks.
Yeah.
9 weeks.
Not enough.
Not enough,
Never
but
enough.
It fills the void before we can get back on the river. So, what's this segment? You've stuck around this long, or you haven't? You have. We did have 12 hearts, and now we're down to 8. How does that work?
I don't know.
People took them away.
Can you even do that?
I don't know. I guess you
Well,
can.
I can
guess
give you one right now.
apparently you can. So, anyways, if you
Not sure
loved
that
it,
works.
you
Here we
hit
go.
the heart. This is called Wins, and we always end the show on this where we share what's important now. So we just kind of go around the room, and then we'll get to you guys. Already, people are putting their wins in the comments, and we will share all those wins. And we just stick around now. If the fly tying was for you, if the baking cam was for you, if the beer tasting was for you, and it's over, you're free to leave. But I highly suggest that you do stick around, because this is one of the best parts of the show. So, Tim?
The couch got to go first.
Yeah, that's right. The couch goes first. Cam,
Oh,
win of the week.
oh, crap. I didn't have a win until
Where's your
about-
glasses?
Oh, right.
How can you even see
Where's your
us?
costume?
Oh, there's the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't really have a win till about an hour and a bit ago, because the wind this week, it's not minus 30. I went out for a fresher breath air.
There you go.
I pet the
Fresher
cat.
breath.
I think it's a breath of smoke.
No, I went and talked to the cat, and all of a sudden I'm standing outside by myself. Ring the doorbell 7 or 8 times.
Locks.
Watching TNL through the window on the TV in the living room. And so I'm thankful for not being minus 30. I'm hateful for wet socks, but thankful that Dana lives in small town Alberta and the back door is always open.
Never forget the door code.
I didn't know at the beginning.
Oh, we didn't
He
get
did
one.
ask me earlier, and I didn't tell him.
Yeah, he opened the door for me, so
Yeah.
I'm like, how? And I left my phone down here, so I'm like, I might be
rookie mistake.
I might be watching from the front deck. So that
Do you
is-
think we'd have noticed?
well, I didn't. I would hope by the time like half an hour goes by, I'm not back for more beer. Where'd Cam go? He's shaking like a dog shitting razor blades in the front yard.
We just see him froze out the window. He's trying to,
He had to go.
What's the movie? The Shining.
yeah, froze to death.
Win for the week is not
Please
dying.
let me in,
in
sir.
Alberta.
That's a good win.
That's a great win. It's the best win.
That's important. Aaron.
There's been a few. First of all, hats off to Tim for the bell. That was
That was
that
Belle.
was
En français,
français.
on dit belle.
that was impressive. Yeah,
In English,
especially-
we say beautiful.
Yeah, marrying those flies, that was amazing. Second was music tonight was fabulous.
Oh, he's just
was.
sucking up
You want
now.
to say that
It was
again?
seriously- it was seriously
Want to say that again?
I think
Just-
out of
just-
all
just
of the
hang on a
weeks,
sec.
out of all the weeks, like
Just hang on.
music tonight was top notch.
Just say that again.
Where have you been this whole season?
Music tonight was top notch.
Like if I was single,
Season 4.
I wouldn't date me.
That's like a really furry carrot top.
And the next win was just with everything going on, got me thinking. Someone at work earlier this week, apparently this Monday was considered Blue Monday. I don't know if
2 weeks
anyone's
ago.
heard about Blue Monday, or is that 2
No.
weeks
It's
ago?
the
or-
week. It's the first Monday after New Year's.
That's right,
Okay.
and that's where
When
like
bills come due.
bills come due, and it's
Oh,
cold
yeah.
outside, and everyone's just in a bad space.
Blue. It's
And
blue.
and it
Balls
just
are
got me.
blue.
It got me thinking about sanctuaries, and it's come up a lot over the last little bit. Just thinking about what's your sanctuary that gets you away from maybe those blue spaces. So
Winter blues right now.
but yeah, like we have those sanctuaries throughout the year, and for a lot of us, it's the river's open, it's sunny, it's warm, and we've got that sanctuary all the time. But right now is the time where maybe we're struggling to maybe find those sanctuaries. But I think there's a lot of little sanctuaries out there
100%.
all the time, and that
Thursday
could be well, we'll get there, but that could just be, going to bed a little bit earlier, maybe diving into a book or on the couch with your loved one and watching a movie and that comfortable silence. Here in the studio, Thursday Night Live, there, wherever you find that hobby that you love, wherever you find that sanctuary, embrace it. It doesn't have to be this super extravagant thing. It can just be those little things that gives you that half hour, an hour. We're all working hard. We're grinding through the winter. But when you do take that time out, enjoy those sanctuaries. So that's my my win. And tonight, this was a sanctuary here tonight. Just seeing the boys and hanging out. Dana and I had coffee the other day. He was in town. We just met at a coffee shop. Hour. That was like a sanctuary moment.
Yeah.
There's not enough of those.
But look for 'em.
long
Look for
week, and Kate comes over and we just hang out and watch a movie and make dinner. That's sanctuary.
sanctuary moments.
Just
it's important.
Embrace your sanctuaries, and life just gets that much better. That's my win.
That's great. That's
true.
That's a really awesome. And
you got to take little wins once a week.
Look.
Just enjoy
so
them.
encouraging everyone this week to look for your sanctuary moments.
So that's the win.
Nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
Who's birthday?
Cam didn't die outside.
I didn't die outside. I didn't die
Sanctuary
outside either.
moments.
So that's
Was there a sanctuary out there?
There was.
The deck wasn't wet.
Between shivers.
Now, was Gordon Douglas outside or inside?
Gordon. Oh no, he was inside.
Oh, okay. So there was a part sanctuary.
Yeah. I bet the pussy and we're good to go.
There we go.
I do see a birthday for Adrian. Who's Dan?
Dan.
Alstrom.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
Tim, you're up.
I'm up. All right. Ooh. I was kind of breaking up there.
We're breaking up?
No, never.
We're not breaking up.
How dare you?
We're not breaking up.
No, never. I think I spend a lot of time in the week thinking about this. It's actually a really profound thing is when you're already trying to prepare for what your win is for the week because you're searching for it a little bit. But I had a conversation with a coworker this week, and he's having some health problems and going through a few things, and he was just so adamant and in his verbiage of how much he fears illness, fears death, fears, and he's an older fella, and I guess just getting to share some things with him, for me, I'm not, and I don't know where all of you stand, but in what my personal beliefs are and my security and how I feel after death or health problems and the faith that I have, it made me really grateful for those things when you realize that not everybody has them. And I don't mean that in a negative way to those who don't, but for me, it's you have a certain security when you feel that. And whether it went anywhere or not, being able to share some of that, of what I feel and what I believe with him, I feel it's just a super profound thing, and it makes you grateful for the little moments. With exactly what Aaron said is your sanctuaries, your times with your friends, your times with your family, being grateful for the little things in life, because and like what Dana shared last week with his mom, life can be short, and you don't know when any of us could be just gone from each other. So if I were to wake up tomorrow and Dana's gone, that's an unbelievable loss.
Who's fucking running K-pop? Sorry for the language there.
Right? So I think it's just super important to grasp onto those things and just be grateful the people in your life. Yeah.
Sorry, a little late.
There we go.
A little late, yeah.
You're right, though.
It's
You're right.
just be consciously aware and be grateful for every day. And I hope and I pray that you have something to hold on to in life, because that makes all of life easier to live with if it was gone. But yeah, live life to the fullest every day. Find your sanctuaries, and
That's good.
being present is huge.
yeah, just be present in life.
And you and I are spiritually different, but
but the methodology is the same, right?
100%. It's who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And those people bring you joy, bring you love,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And that's, at the end of the day, we all want that. And when it's torn apart, it kills you.
Yeah.
It's so love it.
Yeah.
Carpe diem. Like Dana posted something the other day.
Yeah.
And like for those that don't know, I sailed across the ocean from Halifax to Ireland on a boat called Carpe Diem 2, and live every day. Crap weather, all storms, and life storms. So like live it, because every day it can get snatched away from you, and that's like what you said. It's like life is short. We don't know when our time's done.
Yeah, it's we're playing life with infinite rules in a finite game
on a timed clock.
Yeah, and you just don't know.
We don't know the
But you get so caught up. You get caught up in like every day, worried about your finances, worried about what comes tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you spend so much time worrying sometimes you forget to live.
Well,
And
because the truth is, and I can sound like I got it all together, but I don't. But the idea behind it is that when you think about worrying, it just absolutely is like it's so pointless.
it robs you.
Now
right?
it doesn't stop me from waking up at 2 a.m. and
bolt up,
ripping on myself. I just had this moment the other night.
Building
It's
Bob
like,
at 2 in the
loser,
morning.
like you wear costumes and you go on live streams. You're 45 and you're a fishing guide. You're just like, I did. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I just beat myself down.
Every day, bud.
Yeah,
So
it
you're
just
not
kind
alone.
of was like this moment of like, who's this guy? Who's this
Ske-
guy talking to me?
Well,
here?
guess what? Sketchy and Bob come out at 2 a.m., so I think it's pretty freaking good.
I don't have nothing to do with that. I might be.
Right.
I just want to commend you on the background music for this is epic.
Good.
Like this is like
We talked about music already tonight.
no, but for what we're talking about, this is perfect.
Do you want me to put my
No K-pop.
scene on of me?
Yeah, go back on. Go to Dave.
Just me again.
Okay. Two
All
wins.
right,
Two
Dane.
wins of the week.
You're up.
First win of the week was probably a little bit of. It's this week. Kat, where are you? You are an absolute beautiful angel. And she messaged me after, I don't want to disclose her story, but just reached out about my mom. And then she sent a letter to, I didn't open it, but it's a letter and it's like to give to my mom. And I just was like, this is why this is the greatest people on the planet. Like we have, it's just the care factor of the TNL fam. And Kat, I just wanted you to know that was a big, huge light on my week. And I can't wait to see my mom and share that with her. And super grateful for you to feel that you could reach out and just kind of share a bit of your journey. So that's beautiful. And thank you for that. And my second win of the week was Colleen came today. Haven't seen her since last year and probably since our final episode. And Claude and Colleen are just super important people to us at TNL. Yeah. And they're fam and they're TNL fam. And we just got to sit and visit and just talk about life and the good stuff that they've been doing and traveling. And they went all the way down to New York and Vermont and they visited all these brew pubs and just like living life and to talk about what Cam said. And it's just inspiring. It's like they're happy, they're living, and it was super good to reconnect.
I miss their candies.
Oh.
I know.
That's
Maybe we can sweet talk them in.
Claude.
Please bring diabetes back.
I miss your peaches on the mountain.
So yeah,
Very true.
I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to send a message, visit. And another amazing win is Danny Alstrom's coming up because it's his birthday yesterday. And a couple days, one day with me and you.
Yeah.
And
What a
can't
day
wait
that'll be.
for Dan to row us all day.
Happy birthday, Dan. We love you, pal, like we said. And you're a very important person in our lives, and we don't get to see you often enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you do, it's like we didn't just see you last week, right? You just have this feeling of.
Well, there's something to be said about friends that you don't see for 12 months, and when you do see them, you saw them yesterday.
Yeah. It just feels
And,
good.
You know, and just the point in your mom when you posted last week and mentioned it during your wins, that hit a chord for me.
Very close
obviously.
to home.
And I didn't have this group. Like I went through freaking hell by myself for my mom's death, and having this support group and people that'll back you and will send you notes of encouragement and just keep your chin up and whatnot, not dive into the ditch, dive into the bottle, dive into whatever it is. It's huge. Like, and you know, there's a few of us here, and you know, some more than others. You know, Mark's been through hell and back with the son, and you gotta lean on people. Like, you know, we're here for you guys, and we don't give a shit who you are, like, and what your story is. If you need help, reach out. Like anybody, any one of us, anybody that even someone's posting silly, stupid comments that triggers you to have something in common, whether it's an abnormal comment of myself or anybody else, but you find a kindred spirit, reach out to those people and find a common ground and say, I'm going through hell and back. What have you been through? Or you've been through something similar. We're here.
Arms are open here.
100%. Like, there's no judgment. We'll bug the crap out of you, and we'll bug the pants off you, beat the piss out of you, but at the same time, we will grab you by the shirt collars and drag you out of it, whatever ditch you need to be dragged out of.
Yeah.
There are so many people here to back you up. And I believe that wholeheartedly, and I'm not a sentimental dude.
Yeah, you are.
You're so full.
You're also a liar.
I'm also a liar, but
it's a softie.
But it's taken me a while because I was that.
Is he soft? He's finally starting to thaw out from being stuck outside.
but
it's pretty hard.
End of the day, reach out. This group is second to none. Reach out. I mean, if you got an issue, just reach out, because it happens, and shit happens, and life happens, and circumstances happen. We're here. Like, we're here for your wins, and we'll help you make a win if you don't have one.
We will.
And speaking of that, let's go into their wins.
All right, Mr. Kenneth. Oh, Travis is first. I'll start. We'll go Dana, Tim, Cam, Aaron. Travis, my win is my wife and I just got a sauna to put in the new home we're building. Great show.
Click, click.
Ken, my win for the week is in a much better space mentally lately and feeling better overall from it. Next step to get to the gym and start working on the temple.
Oh, yeah. Well,
QP.
Just don't get to know Maggie.
She won't help.
Who's reading?
It's you.
Cam.
Oh,
You're up, man.
Coley. Sorry. My
We
win.
have, we have Braille if you need.
Yeah. Cole, my win is lucky. Wow. My win is lucky enough to fill my freezer with elk meat this weekend. Love these management late season hunts. Want to wish my wife a safe trip back to BC while I head north and fish. Great episode again. See you next year. Or
Yeah,
next
cool.
week.
Here, Cam, why don't you read this one?
Hell yeah, brother.
All 6% beers we've had tonight, plus some.
Gary's got a good win here. Found out kids are expecting.
Wow.
Oh,
Beer
nice.
There we go.
Happy grandpa
Clicks.
time,
Round
Gary.
of clicks. Round of clicks. And
That's
most importantly,
J9.
figure this out. We can slam some confetti in there.
There we go.
I actually wanted to do fireworks. So a little more exciting. Either way, this isn't a win. She's making fun of me. I obviously inspired your entire outfit tonight. I am getting uncomfortable in my thong.
I thought you looked a little funny.
Dana shared that picture with me too, by the way.
I am not breathing well.
There was a weird walk.
So you have to read again, Dana, on this one, on Mikey's.
All right. My win is that we had a great family ski trip in Jasper last weekend. The weather was cold, but the kids had a blast.
I hope those skis work for you, buddy.
Adrian, nice flies. My win, grateful that all is well at the Tebow House. The committee I'm sure I am chairing is steaming along amazingly. We are breaking ground on a new playground at X's school in the summer of 26. Work is Greer.
Great. I think is
my board work is good. Life is sweet. Have an awesome rest of the week, fam. OQP LPCF.
I'm going to read this
Nice
one.
work, Tebow.
I'm going to read this one.
All right.
Mr. Danny Alstrom, my win for the week is making another trip around the sun. I'm fortunate to be surrounded by amazing people. I'm very blessed. Thanks to my lovely wife, my kids, Tim and Dana, for making it the best birthday ever.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Is that Colleen is me? 2 wins. 1 is getting to spend the last 2 weeks on vacay with my best friend. 2 is scoring a hotel room in Olds for IF4. Excellent. Great show, guys. Nice to see Cam and AAR on.
Yeah, I love you, Colleen. Matea's win. My win's being done with grade 10. Yes, science done.
Heck
Getting
yeah.
a new book from Dana. Next week off, and cookie dough ice cream in the freezer awaiting for me. Enjoy break.
And there's
the
some
final
tiramisu
semester.
brownies.
Yes.
And the rest of your semester 2 here to finish off 10. Taya.
It's all done. Tamara, I'm thankful I survived the last hard week of training before my powerlifting competition next weekend.
Nice.
Can't wait to put the last 6 months of training to use.
Heck
Best
yeah.
of luck, Tamara. We'll be cheering for you.
Andy, my win for the week. My good buddy sent me a video of him ringing the bell in the hospital this week.
Yeah.
Meaning he is done with his cancer treatment.
Yes.
He still has a long road ahead of him, but it's looking positive.
That,
it's
my
looking
friends,
positive.
is worth celebrating.
yes.
Also
bell is
thankful
huge.
for all you guys. Thursdays are always a day to look forward to. The family is healthy and the shop is busy, and Ela and I get to head out fishing Saturday.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
OQP LP CF.
Fly casting to hole in the ice is tough.
That's true.
Tyler.
True story.
Cam, you read
Oh,
this?
Tyler. Okay. Took off skiing with my wife and daughter for a few days. As our children grow and get busy, it is tough to get away and chill sometimes. Skiing is one of the best things to do as a family.
Nice. We should have a Hooked on Phonics program that we hand out before people come.
Wait, but Craig, Cameron, like
Jonesy.
We got with Jonesy here. Cameron's being done the first semester of grade 11 and tying tonight.
Oh, the bell.
The bell.
Hopefully she's not having, you didn't make her tie that.
that was your first.
Not my favorite fly, Tim.
Come
well, just
on.
keep
Sorry,
working on it,
guys.
Jonesy. I can't wait to see that post.
Yeah. And Jonesy's got a double win. Round of clicks for the double win. You can have triples.
Well, we can go on that again. So,
Having both my you carry on.
all right. So having both my kiddos, having a successful swim meet last weekend, and have an incredible wife and my kids. Love you all. We love you too, Jonesy.
Yeah.
And keep loving on that fam because they are amazing.
Yeah, Mr. McPhee. Win of the week was wife catching our cat not feeling well and developing a potentially serious issue and being able to get her into the vet in time before it became serious. All while Trevor was away.
Yeah. It's great to see him this week, too.
Yeah.
Oh, just scroll up one little bit. Just a touch, like one comment. Sean Allison. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is mystery. So don't worry and focus on today, the present. That's
nice.
awesome.
He also shared a win right here.
There you go.
Mr. Ellison, just looking forward to watching both of my girls playing soccer at Edmonton this weekend. Will be a busy one as they are in different locations, but still looking forward to it.
All right, Terry. My win was getting to spend lots of time this past weekend with the 3 grandsons, hockey games, pulling the GT with the quad. Oh God, I remiss that stuff.
Yeah.
Doing lots of fun stuff and getting lots of photos from Joel, Alicia, fly fishing in Amazon. Wow.
Yeah,
Amazon
nice.
jungle.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. I want to go do stuff fun.
All right. Well,
That's it.
that's all we got on the screen here, folks.
That's what we got.
She bottomed out.
If we're gonna hang out for a couple more seconds, like 10 to 20, and this day.
That's awesome.
This day will be in the history books. This day will go down as one of the greatest episode 4s in planet history. It may be the only one, but
Maybe.
you'll never be as young as you were today. How'd that go again?
It was a good
And
start.
You'll never be.
You'll never be as young as you are right now, or something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Because we're getting older by the second.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Damn it.
You'll never be young again.
I know, but there's some
maybe
great
our
beers
stream
tonight.
canceled.
There's some great beers tonight.
They were
great
good.
beers.
I'm going to finish the brown
Yeah,
one.
except for the last one. It was all good.
No, it's all good. I give that a solid. So make sure you share the post. Make sure you guys comment. Go back, comment, like the live stream. Because it's commentless.
Follow, like, subscribe.
All the fun
It's
things.
all the wins.
All the things.
You know what I got for you, Aaron? I got this. You
What do
can like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications.
There it is.
We need a bell.
And either way,
We need a bell.
this show, episode 4, will never be around again. Like we talked about, it's over.
It's the last time.
Season
Season
7,
7,
Episode 4, the
Never again.
Parmacheene Belle will be.
Forever in history.
What
tied.
excuse can I use to not do abs tomorrow? Well, I don't have an excuse. I will be running and puking because I had a couple beers and some tiramisu brownies.
Good news
Anyways, we're almost 3 hours, folks. We have not done that this year. And for all the East Coast friends, thank you so much for staying up so late with us. And Tamara, good luck in your powerlifting competition. And everybody else, have the best Friday ever.
Yeah.
Have a phenomenal sleep. And if you wake up in the middle of the night and try to tell yourself you're a loser,
Just go back to sleep.
Don't believe it.
You don't have to go home,
It's
but you
not
can't
true.
stay here.
Yeah, you can stay here. You guys will be staying here. All right.
As the famous saying is, peace, love, and chicken grease.
Cheek and grease.
Chicken grease.
and grease.
Peace, love, chicken grease.
Grease
All
and
right.
cheeks.
Night, guys.
All right.
Love you all.
guys.
Night.
Until
Love
we
ya.
meet again in season 7, episode 5 next Thursday. Tell your friends about it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's grow. together.
Pluie, I saw your comment out there. Love you, man. Love you.
Times and places are all in who you share 'em with, and it's life. And the point is enjoying who you share it with.